Zoo doo doo doo. Zoo doo doo zoo. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. We have to talk about this Shirley Strawberry situation because, girl, the block is hot. The block is hot, 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 hot. And you know, it's actually been hot for a minute. In all honesty, it's actually been hot for a very long minute. And I wanted to cover it a while back. All right. What's up, everybody? I wanted to cover this a while back, but I didn't. When the court hearing from Zoom and everything originally leaked out, which I think could have been like at the top of the summer at some point. I don't know why I feel like that could have been like sometime in May or whatever, when the latest court hearing that he had ended up popping up, right? So I wanted to cover it then, but I didn't. I don't know what all I had going on. I mean, maybe it was early pregnancy or some child that caused me to not really talk about it. But I did a little video for my patrons, you know what I'm saying, giving my quick thoughts about it. And a lot of them wanted me to go live about it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll go live about it. I got a chance this weekend, y'all, to listen to a lot of the prison calls. First of all, I want to shout out phone calls from prison on YouTube. Okay, shout out to them. I like how they did their stuff and laid everything out. You know what I'm saying? I do have some of the audio from those calls here. So we'll definitely check out some of it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a lot. So we may not check out like all of it, you know, but if you want to check out more, definitely check out phone calls from prison on YouTube so that you guys can listen to it. Because I'm not gonna lie, girl, I was over here binging that whole playlist over the weekend, and I feel like I listened to some calls over because it was just like that crazy. Like, it's just crazy. A lot of people may not be familiar with Shirley Strawberry, so let me just go ahead and let y'all know, kind of give y'all a little bit of backstory, okay? So Shirley Strawberry is one of the co-hosts on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, all right? She does this, I'm not sure if it's like a daily thing or a weekly thing where she does this strawberry letter. So a lot of people send in their stories and the details about what's going on with their marriage, or not really their marriage, but just their life in general, okay? They send out a lot of those details, and she reads that letter on the air, and then she provides advice to those people. Okay, so this is something that Shirley does. Now, back in 2015, I believe it could have been, she ended up getting married to a man by the name of Ernest Williams, who also goes by Ernesto. Okay, I'm not sure the year that they met, but it was said that she met him through Steve Harvey, which I don't believe is actually true. I believe that she met him through a good friend of hers, and then she introduced him to Steve Harvey. And based on what was introduced of the man, you know, Steve probably thought he probably wasn't that bad of a guy. Like, I mean, you cool. I don't know you like that, right? But that's what's being said, okay? What else happened? They seem to be having a decent relationship, decent marriage for the most part from what we knew. It seems like things may have gotten a bit shaky back in 2021. Okay. According to the police records that I found, honey. Okay. So it seems like even prior to 2021, Mr. Ernest had like he's had a history, okay, with the legal people, with the criminal matters, okay? He's had a history with that. Not sure if Shirley was completely aware, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, first of all, oh my God, I have to shout out my line sister. Hi, Falaki. Hi, shout out to my line sister, Falaki, man. I miss you. I had to shout her out real quick, like, but yeah, so, girl, you made me lose my train of thought. I saw you in the chat. Girl, I didn't forget what I was gonna say, but I know we were talking about Ernest. Okay, I was saying that he has like a long rap record. I'm not sure if Shirley was privy to this before, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if she was privy to this before she married this man, you know, and if she was privy to it, maybe she assumed to herself that, okay, maybe he's changed. Who he was is not who he is today. But I don't know, girl, because an arrest happened in 2021, not too much longer after y'all had been married, but I guess that is a long while. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, y'all have been married roughly 5 to 6 years. You know what I'm saying? By the time he ended up being arrested again. So I do kind of want to go back just a little bit to when he was arrested back in 2022. Not 2021, but 2022, because that's where the biggest scandal really came from. Right. He and another young lady by the name of, I believe her name is Erica King, but we'll get into that news article, where she and he were pretty much scamming people out of millions of dollars or whatever. OK, this is what the reports were saying. And that's what ended up leading them to do further research on these people, investigate them. And then it led to his arrest in July of 2022. But I don't believe that the news stories really caught it until like October of 2022. And that's when they realized, oh, snap, he's linked to Shirley and all this and that. Now, girl, it's a whole lot of, girl, it's all mess. It is all mess. It's a mess. OK. And it's getting worse over time as he has been locked up. See, they thought he was going to be able to go in there, get locked up and come home, baby. That's not what it's giving. Because earlier this year, they added more charges on him like CP. Child pornography. Okay. I believe bestiality was another thing that they added on him. Like, the man can't be around animals. He can't be around kids, girl. Her daughter done went and got a restraining order. Like, girl, it's a messy, girl. This right here. This is messy. This is messy, okay? But before we get into the quote-unquote mess of other people's lives, it looks like we have almost 300 people in the chat. And I just can't let it slide that y'all be getting full entertainment from me for however many periodically hours and time, but don't be hitting that like button. That be the only thing for me. I be like, girl, do y'all really like me like y'all say y'all do? Because then if so, y'all would like the video, or do y'all just not like the video? Now, I do understand that it's a percentage of people who be over there hiding their phones up under their desk and stuff, so they can't really slide over there and hit like they need to out of fear of getting caught by somebody. I understand that life. I do. I get it. We see each other. I've been there. You feel what I'm saying? But girl, you know, just slide over there, just hit that tippy tap for me, okay? And I would appreciate you all right? Now, let's go ahead, because I want to get into this article first, girl. Well, how it all started, okay? This is some of the drama, okay? So they're saying Roswell police make a double arrest in $1 million fraud scheme. All right, they're saying Roswell police have arrested 2 people in connection to a $1 million business scheme. Investigators say 57-year-old Ernest Williams and 46-year-old Erica King convinced people to pay them for their business expertise. Girl, let's keep going. Now, this is what the Roswell police are saying. They're saying they would align themselves with their victims with promises to be able to grow their brands, their missions, their life goals, their social media followings. I said, girl, if this ain't like Atlanta, if this is not like the scam of Atlanta, that's what it is giving, okay? Not y'all over here trying to be, what is it, in marketing and branding of some sort, that y'all over here trying to grow their brands and their mission and their life goals and social media following, girl. Y'all had some type of gift of gab going on over here, honey. So they're saying police say Williams and King acted the part and people paid good money for their services. However, investigators say they never provided any services at all. It was all a scam. Girl, that's what y'all get. That's what y'all get. I'm sorry, because it's something about Ernest in my personal that I would have saw him coming from a mile away, that I wouldn't want to do business. Now, I don't really know this lady too much. She giving a little bit of K. Michelle, Lil Mo Strong out. So I don't know her. So, I mean, I feel like I would have saw her coming from a mile anyway, girl, if this is the wig you chose to wear. You know what I'm saying? So I would have saw her in that part. But anywho, let's keep going. They're saying they're saying we know about more than a dozen victims and over $1 million in monetary and property loss. Girl, y'all don't let the people get y'all property too. Whew. Now, he has not been found guilty, so I guess this is continuing to be alleged at this time until he is found guilty. He has been locked up for about a year at this point. So, girl, we don't know. All right, they're saying Roswell detectives first began looking into Williams and King in June regarding a case of rental fraud at a property on the 900 block of Pine Grove Road. Now, once the detectives started looking into their financial transactions, it led them to the extensive business scheme. Girl, that is messy. See, that don't sound right. That don't really sound right. So y'all were looking into the case of rental fraud at a property. I feel like y'all was tipped off with more than just that for y'all to go down this rabbit hole of doing, research on these people to find out different financial transactions. Because I be feeling like a lot of these landlords out here giving out rental fraud. But y'all don't be investigating those people. A lot of them be over there jacking the price up. I feel like that's fraud when they be jacking up the prices on their tenants and stuff like that. Girl, y'all need to investigate them. When them people be sitting over there knocking on folks' doors telling them you got a month or a few weeks to move because we done did whatever we done did to the property and y'all just can't stay. Like, girl, that's fraud. That these people, you could tell these people this at the last minute. But y'all expect to get a heads up when a person is about to move out. So y'all want like a 30 to 60 day notice. Sometimes 90 just to move out of a property. But y'all can go to somebody door, knock on their door at the first of the month and tell them thanks for paying your rent, and we know we waited till after you paid your rent, but we want to let you know after we done already collected your rent and you can't take it back, that you really only got like 2 to 3 weeks to be here because we're shutting the place down. No ma'am, that's fraud. Okay, so I feel like y'all got tipped off with more than that for y'all to go and do an investigation on these people's finances. Now, I'm not mad at it, girl. I'm just calling the thing as I see it, period, okay? Now, they're going on to say, Williams and King both have multiple charges of fraud, forgery, and theft against them. Police say Ernest Williams also goes by Nesto. Erica King also goes by Erica Hughley, or Erica Hughley Roth's child. See, that's what got y'all, because her last name is Rothschild. You know what I'm saying? That's what got y'all. And y'all thought because she had that last name, she got coin like that. No, ma'am. What Funky be saying? She black like this and not like this? Girl, you know what it's giving. She not related to them people. Y'all let her scam y'all. No, ma'am. I'm going to say this, and this is not nice. Girl, if you black and you came to me and your last name Rothschild, I'm not even gonna lie, girl. I ain't gonna look at you sideways. I'm gonna be like, bitch, something ain't right. Some of the milk ain't clean. Because we don't know too many Rothschilds. You know what I'm saying? Unless you affiliated with the banks and all of that. But anyway, girl, she just said she was going to give herself a last name. Handy stuff. Okay, anyway. So investigators believe there are other victims who have been scammed but have not yet come forward. All right. Now, I did go and I was a bit nosy. I was a piece of nosy. And I went over into these records, honey. And this is a long list of things. This is going all the way back from 2020, actually. I thought it was 2021, but no. I'm actually lying. Excuse me. This actually goes all the way back to 2019. So they've been having stuff on this man since 2019, Miss Shirley. So that would be roughly about 4 years after y'all had got married. And I do believe, y'all, that she might. I feel this list is so long. I feel like she might have not known about a lot of this stuff. Now, the way I know a lot of y'all have not listened to the calls and stuff, but I am going to play a few of the calls. I'm not sure which ones, but I'm going to try to play a few of them. We're also going to get into her apology to Steve and all of that, her strawberry letter, whatever. But when I listened to the calls, y'all, from last year, it pissed me off so bad how gullible she was and how she was willing to just go along with whatever. So much so that it was making me feel like she was turning on her own child for this man. It was just like really irritating. But over time, I do think that she may have come to her senses and she may not have been in communication with him as much as of like this summer. I think she may have cut back this summer. But when the Zoom call leaked this summer, she was over there talking to us. She wrote a letter on his behalf. She wrote a letter on his behalf to get him a bond. So that's why I was just like a little like, girl, what? You may have fallen back. I don't think she was putting money on his commissary. I don't think she was really, answering calls or anything when he would reach out or text messages, because I believe he may have had a tablet, because he said something like she's not even responding to texts and stuff like that. So he was like, she may feel away or whatever because ain't nobody been reaching out to her. Ain't nobody been doing something. So, I mean, maybe she, with the help of Steve and some other friends that she's willing to listen to, she started to change her mind and be like, I'm not going to sit up here and be no ride or die. And I feel like she may have come to her senses at some point. But this rap sheet here, girl, is long as hell. So I'm just gonna scan through. Okay. Now, one from 2019 is about RAPE. Hello, 2019, and that was in January. Thank you so much, Jess B, for the super chat. OMG, I caught you live. Love your content, girl. I rock with you every day for the past couple of months. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Yes. Okay. So yeah, it goes back to January of 2019, and that's RAPE. There's another one that goes back to sexual battery. Same time frame. All right, let's see what some others are saying. Let's go to the 2020 theft by deception, which is a felony. That's in 2020. That's listen. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they had other evidence where they were really tracking this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, really watching him, seeing what's what. I don't think it was just the rental fraud thing that popped up. I think they've been on his head for a minute. And when they finally had enough to get him, they kept him in there. All right. What else are they saying? So in 2021, foreign county, I'm not sure what foreign county is, but they're saying more fraud, conspiracy to commit a felony, theft by deception, of course, financial transaction card fraud is what he got. In 2022, it was CP. That child stuff I told y'all about. And let's see if there was anything else. I think that was pretty much it. Primarily conspiracy to commit a felony and theft by deception felony and financial transaction. Okay, so that's primarily what it is with him when it comes to money. They're saying that he's a fraud in that area, but they are labeling him as a abuser. Okay, a sexual abuser. So those are the charges, girl. But he's sitting up, and it looked like he had 2 charges that was dismissed. But it didn't matter whether they were dismissed because it looked like they put all of those charges right back on his ass. So on the same day. So, I mean, yikes. Girl, it's a lot. Now, Miss Erica got a long list too. She got a long list. Hers is going back all the way to 2021. You know, in 2019, his more so dealt with the sex part and the RAPE and stuff, right? But hers is going back to 2021. So I feel like this is where they probably was in cahoots with a lot of things because she did a lot of forgery. All right. They're saying knowingly file a false document against a person. Girl, not you knowingly filed a false document against somebody. But anyway, aggravated identity fraud. Girl, that's some messy girl. Not her knowingly trying to alter, conceal, cover up, create, and file a false document. Oh, girl, you gonna be in there for a minute. You're gonna be in there for, I don't know, you might get out. You might get out a little early. We'll have to see. But from some of the calls that I heard, it sounded like the mistress was saying that they were trying to pin it on. When he was talking to the mistress, she said something like, when I think he talked to her about Shirley car being stolen. And then she's like, well, they're going to have to prove that you're guilty or whatever. But even with that, if you ain't do nothing, all of that falls on Erica. So it seems like Ernest and his attorneys may be trying to line it up to where Erica played a heavy role in this and he was just clueless, didn't know anything about it. No, baby. That's not going to slide, okay? That is not going to slide. Let me see. I'm trying to see what I actually want to play before we get. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio from the Steve Harvey. Okay? We'll get into the audio from what she had to say about Steve Harvey and Marjorie. Then from there, we'll go to Steve Harvey and we'll hear, well, not to Steve, but we'll go to their IG page and we'll check out what she had to say in response to this. And then we may check out some more calls as well. All right. But let's see if I can get that up. Give me 1 second. Oh, girl, because this right here, this is messy. All right. So let's press play on this and hopefully you guys won't have an issue with the audio.
No, I just told Steve yesterday. Tosh was telling me I should tell him and all that stuff. And, you know, she was like, well, he's going to want to know. I said, well, if I don't tell him and he asks me, I'll just tell him because I just couldn't talk about it. I just, you know, I didn't know. I just didn't want to deal with it. I couldn't talk about it. He'll understand. So anyway, I just called him and I told him and, you know, he was all right. He asked me if I needed anything and, you know, I told him no, I was okay. You know, I don't want to ask him for anything money-wise, but, you know, thank you for offering. And if I do need something, I'll let him know.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what do you have to say about the whole situation?
He didn't have too much to say. He just said, find out everything that I could, and depending on the outcome, I got to start moving forward with my life. That's, and I said, yeah, I know. I'm going to start looking for a place on Monday. I mean, yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So that means that he's saying that I'm guilty. That's basically what he's saying.
Well, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He just said that you gotta, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. You just gotta make sure you got your stuff together, and you still gotta move forward. That's all he said. He didn't say you were guilty. He didn't say any of that.
Oh.
I mean, he might feel that way, but that's not what he said.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
And it's, I said it's okay. If the truth will come out. The truth will come out.
Right. I mean, I've seen all that. I've seen your boss go through a lot of shit too. Still standing. I've definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't being judgmental. He didn't judge or anything. Not to my face, anyway. I've never gone through anything like this before, ever. Ever. My name in the papers associated with crimes and all this kind of stuff.
Your name in the paper. Put your name in the paper at?
I mean, not the papers, in the news, okay?
Where is that at? I ain't seen that.
Oh, but okay, on Facebook last night, it was on there, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Husband was arrested. Shirley Strawberry, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show's husband was arrested for fraud or whatever.
Okay, so you say on Facebook. Facebook what?
What do you mean Facebook what? I don't know. It was on Facebook. One of those shows. Somebody had it on Facebook.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we saw it last night.
Oh, you saw it last night?
We saw it last night. It's on there.
Oh, is that it?
Come on, hon. Come on now.
No, I'm just trying to figure out if it's really out there. Cause guess what? They got to retract all that.
Yes, it's really out there. My cousin in Chicago called me and said, she saw something on the internet. Is it true? Somebody else called me, said that it was in Maryland. Yeah, it's out there. I think it was on, somebody said it was on CNN. I don't know because I didn't see it on CNN, but my cousin called me out of the blue and said that it's out there in Chicago. So what I'm saying is that it's out there, and this is difficult. But I mean, I'm not dead or anything like that, but it is difficult. That's all I'm telling you. It is difficult. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying, it is what it is.
It is his fault.
Well, I'm like I said, I'm good. I ain't mad. I got past the mad part. I ain't mad no more. Nothing no more.
Yeah.
I ain't none of that no more. I see what's going on. They put me on TV. They trying to fish for something. They ain't got shit. So it is what it is. You trying to put me with people that I don't even know nothing about. So
yeah,
it's what it is. I mean, it's simple. It's common sense. Anybody got some sense, they'll see that.
Well, people don't. You got to think about people that. There are a lot of haters out there in the world too. It's not common sense.
Yeah.
People want to see you fail. People want to see you go down. I only told Steve, and that's only because they said co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. They put his name in it.
Oh, that's why. Well, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, it's okay. Whatever. Even if I didn't do anything, it's still whatever.
Even if I didn't do
anything. I have a right to handle this how I handle it.
Now you do. You definitely do.
And it's a lot. If I don't feel like talking about it, I don't feel like talking about it, period. I don't. I mean, there are enough people out there, I'm sure, that are running their mouths. It was all on my Instagram. I had to cut my Instagram off,
Damn, it was going that deep?
Are you kidding me? Yes.
Wow. So you had to cut it off.
Well, yeah, I had to turn the comments off and all of that, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Wow. Okay, then. Well.
Yeah, because they were saying really horrible things.
About me and you.
just hurtful things. Yeah, very hurtful, very damaging, you know, all of that. Just hurtful things, very hurtful.
Wow.
Mean. I'll mean things, you know.
Damn.
So I just cut it off.
Now, who showed y'all that, Tosh?
Yeah, but I knew it was going to be on there. Yeah, Tosh found one because she was looking. But I wasn't looking for it, but I knew they were on there. I already knew because that's what people do. They go to your social media and make comments, you know.
Okay, so how your boss saying he ain't seen you in 3 years, so how you feel?
He saw me in Dubai, but yeah, he was fine.
Right. Okay,
Yeah, he was fine. He just has a lot going on, you know, whole lot.
Like everybody else.
Yeah. But when you got that kind
See what?
I said when you got that kind of money, it's a whole lot. A lot of people work for them, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people pulling at them, you know.
Yeah, man. I can imagine that. I definitely can.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a lot. Yeah, I mean, but like you say, everybody has a lot going on on their own level.
That is true.
I getting winded going up those stairs. He was really
winded?
He was really out of breath.
For real?
Yeah.
What about them pills he talking about you gonna get?
They weren't pills. It's like a superfood powder. It's not pills. I thought it was pills too. I wish it was because it'd be easier to take. But this is like, you know, sometimes I take those powders and put them in the blender with ice. That's what this is.
Oh, does it work?
I don't know. I just got it yesterday.
Did he say it worked for him?
Yeah, he said it worked. He said you won't have any inflammation and all that because my knees really hurt.
You gonna be able to walk up and down?
I'm sorry, y'all, I had to pause because this comment, like, I feel like you were saying what I was thinking. Because why the fuck would you mention pills? And, you know, not the type of pills, thank God Shirley cleared that up or whatever. But I feel like he said that because he didn't like the fact that the advice Steve gave her. Because basically he automatically assumed that Steve thought that he was guilty, right? So it was like, okay, he think I'm guilty. Okay, I know they listening to these calls. Let me throw this right here out there at you, da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's kind of what I was getting. So I feel like we see each other, he playing from the inside, okay? Because he feeling a way about that. But girl, I just had to pop because those were my thoughts, okay?
Stairs?
I do it every day, 10 times a day. I may not be as fast. Yeah, I may not be as fast as I was. But yeah, I push myself. I make myself do it.
Okay, hey, guess what? You snapped back then. Okay, all right then. I forgot about that. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I still have quick reflexes. Don't be fooled.
Okay.
Still have quick reflexes, yes.
Okay, all right then. But then that's good. That's good.
You know what? They have Marjorie has her own spa, her own workout room, and her own spa. And she could go in there and get massages every day.
After this.
People come to her house and and work her out and all of that. I was like, oh, God, what a dream.
Does she look old, though? Does she look like she's getting old?
No, I haven't seen her, but she looks good on her pictures.
Oh, she ain't there?
No, she's not there. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house. Wouldn't have done it. No, you know he's scared.
Damn, sure right. God, what you say? You know he's scared. God,
all of that, yeah. But yeah, he's everything. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but he brought us in, so I said okay. But I mean, I'm glad he did because it gives you a chance to dream. You know, it's like wow, have a sauna in your house, have a steam room. You know, all the things that you go outside of the house to do. Not that, but things like that I would love to have inside, so I wouldn't have to go outside for those. You know, like get my hair done, get my nails done, get a massage. You know, people come to you. Yeah, and you know, and then she gets in these little you've seen these chambers where people get in. You know, like remember they used to talk about Michael Jackson having that tube-like thing he used to get in.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I remember that.
Like, yeah, she's got stuff like that in her spa, which is really cool, you know.
What did chamber
So
do?
yeah, I guess it helps your skin, you know, stay tight, and you know, it's light therapy, that ultraviolet light.
Damn.
It helps. Yeah, I mean, they got, you know, it's really cool, the things that they have, you know. It's like, man, I would love to have stuff like that, you know, to be able, you know, like for my knees, for example, just go in there, you know, get a massage, get my knees worked on, you know, all of that. They got all of that kind of stuff. Like she'll have a chiropractor come to the house, you know, it's just really cool.
Damn.
Mhm.
Well, they sure trying
They
to
got
do
money. They got money. They got money.
But does he use that stuff, or he just look at it?
He got a big, gigantic gym, like huge, with all kinds of state-of-the-art equipment. I mean, I'm not working out, but at least I'm walking. I'm trying. I wasn't winded going up those stairs, I'll tell you that. He was breathing like,
for real?
yes.
Damn. But
I
he
know.
He got all that stuff in there and doing all that?
Yeah, I was really surprised about that. Because when he walked up those stairs, he was very winded. Very winded.
But he smoked a cigarette too, though. See?
Yeah, he smokes cigars, and I don't know if he does cardio. I think he just lifts weights and stuff. I don't know if he does cardio. You got to do something for your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to do that now. Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, he was very winded. So last night when I got home, I came home about 4-something. I lied down from about 5 to 6 or something 6 to 7. And then I got up and walked. I was like, I don't want to be winded like that. And I'm 3 years older than he is.
Damn. I know he gave you a big ass hug. I know he did.
Yeah, he did. He was happy to see us.
Big ass hug.
Okay, all right, okay. Then.
He always invites us over there. We don't never go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because I don't even know if she's there, and she's nope.
Damn. Wow.
She looks at us as the help, you know.
You did tell me that. That's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. And that's, it is what it is. Whatever.
All right, so y'all just heard what Mr. Ma'am had to say, Haney. I feel like I do have at least one more clip where I think she might be talking again about Steve Harvey and his woman. So we'll check this one out just to make sure. And let me see. Give me 1 second. I think she was talking about them yet again, child. Let me open this folder back up. Let's see where we at with it. Did I take that one off? Okay, I think this one might be it. It's loading. So we'll get that one open. I couldn't remember if I could have, redid this one twice or not, but we'll just check and see, and if it's the same thing, then we'll switch it out. All right, so let's see if this is the one.
Yeah, I said my name, that's all I got. So
that's what I guess that was their plan, to destroy you, or to destroy you, I guess. I don't know. I'm just, that was their plan, to destroy you.
Yeah. Well,
because they keep digging. They haven't found anything. If they had something, they would, they don't have. Where's the proof? Like your lawyer said, where's the proof?
Yeah.
Why can't you be set up? Why can't somebody have set you up? People do it every day.
Every day, and then I think they know that.
But I think it's because of your past, like you said.
Yeah, if I didn't have no past, that's all he kept saying anyway. My past, he this, he that, he this, he that. Come on, 30 years ago.
30?
Yeah.
30 years ago. And now you're going to put all that shit, you're going to paint a really ugly picture of me. That makes it even worse.
Yeah.
And that's the ground that they can say whatever they want to say. And it makes sense to a normal person. Yeah, he did it. He sure did.
Yeah.
He did this.
Yeah. Yeah, to a normal person, but, you know, I think your lawyer should be fighting back as hard as he can. And this should have happened. This shouldn't have happened.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. You should be getting ready to get out, you know.
Yeah, because it really ain't fair. I mean, he didn't come see me at all. That's my main thing. That's not like him. Like I said, it's been 2 months. I ain't even seen his face.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
So what am I paying for?
That's crazy.
And then this happened. So what am I paying for?
You're really paying for the cases. The cases be heard in trial and all that. But he said he can give me a bond. So he's been getting me bonds, but it's been portionable bonds. I mean, pieces at a time. But the way it happened is money I supposed to been heard on all of them. But it's the same thing, conspiracy.
Yeah.
They're supposed to
But
put
he
it
didn't do
together. It didn't work out like that. And I didn't
Yeah, and the longer you're...
Oh, the longer on what now?
I'm saying the longer you're in there, the more time they have to bring up more charges.
There
you know?
you go. There you go. But is that the case? These charges they're trying to dig up, whatever they're digging up, already been incarcerated. So it ain't like they can't give me no bond right then. Like I'm out there making same plays and same moves and stupid shit. I'm not out there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah. I don't understand. I really don't understand what he's doing. So, last night, Steve texted me and said that, he asked me if I still had my house in LA, and I told him no. And he said that if I had anything in storage to get everything, you know. But the stuff it's the stuff in your name first, I guess. But I don't have anything for them to come and get. What do I have? They said they were going to come and get my ring.
Man, them folks can't come get your damn ring. Come on, man. I ain't finna go through all that.
Except for
that right there. If they do that, fuck it. Say you can have the shit.
I am.
You can have all that. All that. You can get all that back. You know, it's due process. And this is what they do. They get all your shit until you prove to whatever you got going on. And that's how they got to give it back. So that's fine. Let them put it up, do what they got to do, all that. That's fine. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, if they come and get it, they come and get it. I mean, you know, that's what they do.
Yeah. And let's see, say he wants you to move back to L.A.?
No, not back to L.A., but he was just saying that, you know, the people, you know, at my job are watching and all of that. And there's a clause in my contract about conduct, but I haven't done anything, you know.
What?
Yeah. I don't know where
he out the blue with that?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Last night. And I just told him okay, and then he texted me back, okay. He was like, come on, Shirley, you got to get on this. And I said, I hear what you're saying, I hear you. But what he doesn't understand is I don't have anything. I don't have anything. We don't own a home.
Okay, so what you know what, the best thing to do is just right here. Just start all over. Just leave all that shit and you have to salvage your life. You have to salvage your life. That's what you got to do. And it's okay. I can't bring you down because I'm down. That makes no sense. They after me. They're trying to fuck with me. They can have me. If I got to give my life up just so you can have peace, you need to have peace. I'm cool with that.
No, you don't have to. Nobody's asking you to give your life up. You mean?
But it's the same thing. No, what I'm saying is that if I have to sit here until you get yourself together, you do that. You don't have, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Shit happens. It is what it is.
I'm sorry. I had to pause it, y'all. I'm sorry. Because that just, like, what do you mean if you have to give your life up? Like, that sounds like she contributed to something and you'll take the fall for something that she may have done. Like, you could have said that she can move on with her life or whatever the case is without trying to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, did anybody else catch that? Because that's how I'm looking at it. Like, I'll give my life up, so you can go and live yours. I'm going to do that anyway because I ain't do a fuck ass thing. Okay, what are you talking about? You making it seem like I was in the trenches with you committing said crimes. I wasn't in there with you. I ain't know the hell was going on. That don't make no sense to me.
So what I'm saying is, for what?
No, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that shit happens. I mean, what I'm saying is, if he's giving you some advice like that, he's telling you to distance yourself from me, and you got to pick the ball up and keep rolling. If you don't, guess what? That's gonna flaws him. If it flaws him, he can't continue what he's doing in the business because he needs you. So that's what he's saying to you. And I understand that as a businessman. So what I'm saying is, if you gotta walk away and do what you got to do for yourself now, I know what you got to do. I can't blame you for that. This is a lot. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, what do you mean walk away?
And not him slip trying to get her out.
You have to, what he's saying is you got to distance yourself from your husband, because what he's saying is that he is drawing on you because you who you are. If we wasn't married, they wouldn't give a fuck this deep. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that. So guess what? I have to deal with that. So what I'm saying is, if I have to give my life up to let you continue your life, that's what I'm saying. If I have to sit here and just sit here, this is not your fault. That's what I'm saying to you. So if you got somebody instructing you, just go ahead and get it together and let him know I don't have anything. Just tell him, hey, shit is gone, and this is what I need to do. Start fresh over. If he wants to help you, that's fine. Let him help you. You can establish what you got going on for yourself. You
but I don't. Yeah, but I don't have anything.
You're starting all over.
Yeah.
Forget everything. Nothing can be established at this point. It's okay. If your boss is trying to help you, just tell him straight up, I need help, I need this, I need to get away, I need to start all over, and I don't have anything. And you just tell me to take your last vehicle and tell you it's the truth. You ain't lying. So if you need help, just get help. Because right now, there's no one can help right now that I see.
Well, I told you that. I told him that they took my truck. He didn't respond. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. I mean, I'm going to just try and get an apartment, I guess.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. You still got to move around. You still got to do what you got to do, and you can't do that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I can't do anything without a car. I don't want to hear. I just, I can't take everybody talking about you and, and all of that kind of stuff because they don't know you. They think they do, but they don't.
Well, they don't, but you can't worry about that right now. You have to save yourself right now. And I'll just tell you straight up, you have to save yourself right now. I'm not out there to protect you. I'm not out there. I can't do anything. My hands is tied.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Disappointed in Shirley. This ninja sounds ignorant and drunk. I can't. And I hate his laugh so much.
All I'm saying is, if he's going to help you, okay, let me hear what he got to say.
Thanks for the super chat.
And you go from there. I mean, I ain't saying...
Well, he didn't say he was going to help me. He just told me what to do. When I told him they took my car, he didn't say anything. He didn't even text me back. So I'm like, he's just telling me what to do. I'm not looking for him. He said, you can't, you're too old. He said, you're too old to lose everything you've worked hard for. That's
and
BITCH,
he is not lying.
I know he's right, but he didn't know that they took the car was in your business name. That's what he didn't know. He thinks they're coming after my stuff. That's what I'm telling.
Oh, okay, I got
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, you have to explain that to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't say that the car was in your business name. I just said they took my truck. That's all I said. And he saw it when we went over there the other day. He saw my truck, He knows what kind of truck I have. So, anyway, I mean, maybe I should, I don't know, leave Atlanta. I don't know. I gotta think. But then I don't, it's like my money is going to be low. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm paying the lawyers. You know, I'm still hopeful though. I mean, you're being proactive. That's what you're being, and that's the word that Steve used too. He said you need to be proactive. But like I said, he was missing a valuable piece of the puzzle in that he didn't realize that the truck was in your business name, not my name. You know?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. But still, I mean, there's some value to what he's saying, you know, but in other words, he was saying they're going to start coming after my assets. And then if it gets out, which it is out, then the company will be looking at me and I might get fired or something. That's basically what he was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So I understand, but you have to break it down too. When you talk to these people, you can't just throw a message to them because they run away with it. And that's what he thinks.
Well, yeah. Well, he's just thinking that because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's trying to tell you. You got to tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll explain to him when I talk to him. But, you know, honey, honestly, sometimes it's hard to talk about this stuff. I don't want to, you know, it's like I'm very private. This is my business, you know, and then you invite all this negative energy in. You know, people, you know, they have their opinions and they want to say what they say and, you know, and I don't know. That part is hard to take. I could take a lot of stuff, but that part is real hard to take. And I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, I don't like when they talk about you. I don't like that. I just don't like it and I never have. You know, just like you're protective of me, I'm protective of you in that regard until I learn something different, you know, until I learn something different. But right now, I don't think you're this person, you know, so
I'm glad you
I
learned
don't
something
like
different.
people talking. I just don't like it. It's hard for me to take, if you can understand that. You know?
I understand. And I appreciate that. I understand. And my value to you is different what other people value to them. I get it.
Yeah, it's like we're married, you know, it's like we're one. Talking about you is like talking about me, you know? And it ain't even that I care so much about what people say about me, but I just don't like them talking about you. And maybe it's because, you know, everybody's gonna, you know, be saying, well, I told you it so, and I knew you shouldn't have married him, and, you know, and blah,
That's
blah,
what
blah,
you're
blah,
running
blah.
from.
But,
That truth.
you haven't done anything to me. You've always been nice to me and kind. And I haven't seen you treat other people badly. If you have, it's because they did something to me or to prevent them from doing something to me. You've always been protective of me, you know?
I am. I mean, that's how I am. That's me. That's just me. But, you know, you can't explain that to nobody who don't know you. So, it is
right,
what
or
it is.
think you're a career criminal or something, you know?
Well, it's fine. What I'm saying is fine is that I have to leave that part. I can't even trip that no more.
Yeah.
That used to irritate me, but I can't let that irritate me no more. I can't
Well,
because there's too much going on. It's shooting killers every day. Every day. I'm not in that predicament.
Yeah.
So, I'm not. I'm not. It ain't that bad when you ain't killing somebody now. You're killing somebody, you got another problem. I don't have no problem.
Yeah. I know.
You're going to
And
be
you
in there
haven't
about
done
as
what
long
they
as a
said
killer.
you've done either.
Well, here's the thing. You got, in this world now, if people say a lot of things to get their proper. People are trying to get sergeant, lieutenant, they're trying to get rank. People get rank off of other people. You have to destroy other people to get where you're going. That's if you look at any type of law enforcement, any type of government, or any type of structure to the little man, it has to be destroyed to build back up. So, in this case right here, I understand that. I understand that. Right now,
I said the DA may be trying to get someplace else, you know.
But that's all you got to do. Look at it. It's the same. That's what they do. But it's okay. That's what I'm saying. It's okay. I had to leave it to God. Let him do what he going to do. He got the last word.
Y'all bringing God into it for me.
Right now, I have to concentrate on your well-being and how you're going to be okay mentally. It is what it is. You can't do too much talking to everybody.
Yeah, I know. That's the dilemma. You know, I didn't want to tell Steve, but
Yeah, but you had to tell him because he did give you feedback, and it is that's a business move he's talking about, and he's right.
Yeah.
He's right about that. So what I'm saying is right now you gotta put your business mind on that. You have to protect your assets, and your assets is you. Don't worry about that. You have to protect your assets. That's you and your health right now. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. This is the hardest I've ever been through, but we'll get through this too, you know. I know we will.
Yeah, we will. So just don't get overthinking it. Don't be I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be sad at you. No, you have done what you're supposed to do more than ever. So I'm thanking you for all of that. So don't think you disappoint me. Whatever decision you make, no, that ain't it. So we on the same page.
All right.
Yeah, we're on the same page. I have to do this because my heart ain't gonna sit right. My shit ain't gonna sit right.
Your heart already ain't right. You cheating on the lady. What is
can't
it?
allow myself to be, emotional standpoint that I'm being selfish. I can't be selfish.
You are.
To a marriage like this. This ain't no regular marriage. This ain't regular shit.
It ain't.
No,
I guess not
not.
if you out there got your mysteries.
So I have to really break it down. I thought about it all night. So that's why I said you can come see me. We can finish talking about it, or we can talk about it on the phone and make the right decision so you can be safe.
Well, honey, let me ask you this, and I'm asking you this because I want to be crystal clear. You're not talking about divorce, are you?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about nothing like that. If that's what you want to do, I can't be mad at that either.
No, but I'm saying, okay, because you keep saying, okay, I just want to make sure.
That's what he's talking about.
That. I'm not ready for that.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I want to make sure you listen. As long as you smile, I told you when I was free. If you're smiling, I'm happy. I've always told you that. But that is the most important. I always tell you the same thing. If you're happy and you're smiling, it might take me a minute, but if you're happy and you're smiling, that makes me feel good. I've always told you that.
Yes, you have. I know.
Girl.
I'm going to be okay, and I don't want you to worry because I'm going to be okay.
They always say that, and
I
they
just
act like Ralph.
figure it out. I just got to figure it out. That's all. And I'm going to figure it out, too. So I'll let you know when we talk, whether either I'll go to L.A. or something.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm not talking about no divorce. I'm not talking about nothing. I'm talking about your peace. You can be married and be dead. You can be all that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your happiness now. That's all I care about right now.
Now, that's what he say, but it seemed like when Shirley stopped communicating with him, what happened? That's when he made that call to his brother. I think he was talking to his brother. And I think he needed to get like money and stuff like that on his books or whatever. He was feeling away. So you say that, but you really how he be feeling away. All right. But anywho, talking about her happiness and her peace. And when she don't talk to you, you pressed. Anyway. Thank you so much, Shade, for the super chat. According to Sandra Rowe's website, Shirley apologized to Steve and Marjorie and is currently divorcing her husband. Why did I know she was going to make an announcement about divorcing him? And we're actually next about to get into what she had to say on Steve Harvey's show. Okay, I just wanted to get those two calls out the way so y'all can hear everything that she said about Steve, and then we'll get into, the apology and the things that she has to say. All right, I believe there was one more that I want to get to, and then we're gonna play that. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, Nene, for the super chat. Shirley, this is Barbara. Hang up the damn phone. Hang it up right now. Hang it up and block the number. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, Nene. Let me go ahead and switch gears over here so that I can pull up what she had to say. And I believe Steve Harvey gives his feedback as well. So let me go ahead and switch over. And let us just get back over here, and we about to go ahead and check it out. All right, now shout out to the people we do have in the chat. We have over 1,000 people in the chat, so hopefully we can get the likes up, get the likes to match as you guys are listening, to my point of view and hearing what everybody has to say. We have about 400 plus likes at this time, so we could get it to like 500, 600. That'll be great. I would appreciate all of the support, so thank you guys. You could be anywhere, but you're here with me. All right, so let's get into it.
All right, Steve, I'm going to just start by saying that my estranged husband is in jail. He's been in jail for over a year, since about right after the 4th of July of 2022. And recently, some phone calls from last year between he and I were leaked. And on those calls, you hear me saying you were winded going up the stairs at your home. And Marjorie looks at us as the help. And right here and now, I want to apologize to you and Marjorie for what I said. As much as I wish I could, I can't take it back. I can't. I said it. And, you know, I want to apologize. It was definitely not me trying to add to what you and Marjorie already have going on in your lives right now. But the fact that these tapes were released, it does seem like everyone is coming to you, coming for you, I should say, at this time, including me. But in reality, the tapes have nothing to do with what you and Marjorie have going on. It was just me running my mouth in a private conversation, or what I thought was a private conversation. And again, I apologize. I feel terrible. I make no excuses. You know, I said what I said, and there's no denying it. There's no taking it back. Back then, when the phone calls happened, I was trying to stand by my man, be supportive wife. You know, I've been married to this man for 8 years. I had no idea that all this was going on with him. I had no idea. And the charges that he's facing are horrific. They are really bad. I for sure did not want your name mentioned in any kind of way associated with my mess. So I had to call you. I had to tell you it was a hard call for me to make. But I called you. And I want to clear something up, Steve. You did not introduce me to him. I met him through a friend. I should say an ex-friend now.
I thought so.
Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I had to tell you he was in jail. It was going to come out. I didn't want you to hear it from anyone else. I wanted you to hear it from me, because I knew once the police and everyone, you know, got involved, and they were already involved, and they found out who his wife was and who she worked with and all of that, you know, and that's you, Steve Harvey, it would become, you know, a real big story, because it's you, your name. And like I told you, Steve, when I called you, I didn't want to call you. I mean, I was embarrassed. I was hurt. You know, I felt so stupid, and, you know, I felt betrayed, humiliated. You know, it was just terrible. I mean, I kept saying to myself, how is this my life? You know, police and jail and all of this. It was just something that I didn't, you know, I'd never experienced anything like this. The police came, they took my car. I was at the salon getting my hair done. They rolled up, took my car. I had to have my stylist take me home. I had to move in with friends. I lost my house. I lost everything. Oh, and I have to tell you this too. Like on the day, July 4th, we were having dinner with friends, and we were going to watch the fireworks after that. And so the fireworks didn't happen that night because it was like a terrible, terrible storm. So the fireworks got canceled. And when I look back, I see now that that was kind of a metaphor for what was about to happen in my life. The thunderstorms were coming. They were coming. The next day was the last time I saw him. He was arrested the very, very next day. You know, I didn't even know he was arrested. I couldn't get in touch with him. I got a call from the jail, and, you know, I didn't answer it because I'm like, who would be calling me from jail? I looked at my phone like, jail? Where'd this call? You know, it just didn't compute. So I just ignored it. But he got word to me through one of his friends. They texted me that he was at Fulton County Jail. So the next time he called, I picked up, and that was him that had called earlier from jail. And you know, he told me what happened. I thought he would be getting out in a couple of days because that's what he told me. But of course, you know, here we are a year later, those days turned into weeks, the weeks turned into months. And like I said, I don't, this is just on and on. Every day it's just something. And my life has just been a nightmare ever since. And it's still going on, Steve. I mean, I had no idea that those tapes would be released to the world. You know, I knew that they were being recorded, but I didn't know that they were going to go out to the world. I mean, I was just trying to make conversation with him, trying to, you know, just get him to think about something other than where he was. You know, I was telling him about my day, this particular day, and that was the day we were talking about, you know, on the phone when I said those things about you and the things that you heard and the world heard. And cut to today, I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Divorce proceedings are underway. And Steve, at this point, all I could say is what I have is my faith. If it wasn't for God, I probably would have, you know, lost my mind or something in this instance. You know, people don't see what happens when these mics go off. You know, who wants their personal stuff, their private conversations to go out to public? No one wants that. I mean, what could I say to you after this, you know, happened? I was devastated. I mean, absolutely devastated. I mean, I thought of everything, you know, I could lose my job. You know, how could I face you? Everything, you know, what I'm going through is what I'm going through, you know, and I've been going through it for over a year. I just haven't spoken about it, you know. Then on top of all that, these tapes come out and, oh, you know, I'm talking about you and Marjorie, and you guys are going through your own private hell right now. You know, you didn't need me to contribute to anything, you know. And I thought back, you know, because I knew I had to say something, speak on. You created this term years ago in Los Angeles called reality radio. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is about as real as it gets, you know. Sure. And the reason I'm here before you now, I wanted to say it live on the radio, is because your name is in it. You know, we've been friends for a long time, Steve, and these jail calls were made public, and I wanted to give you and Marjorie a public apology and to ask for your forgiveness publicly. I just wanted to have a real moment with you. And, you know, I have to tell you, I've been coming to work every day because, you know, it's my only safe haven right now. It gave me a place where I could still be myself and forget my troubles for a little while, you know, and just, you know, do my job. You know, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you, of course, Steve, Tommy, Junior, and of course, my girl Carla, you know, for the space and the grace that you guys have shown me. You know, this is a very difficult time in my life, is if you can imagine. You know, I love you guys. We're family, and I thank you. And I just want to thank everyone. I'm just trying to live. I'm sorry for what you and your wife are going through right now in your life. And I hate your names were dragged into my drama because you certainly don't deserve it. All right.
Y'all just heard Miss Shirley Strawberry give her apology. Let me tell you something, Shirley. You over there telling them people going through their own private hell. What if they ain't want nobody to know about it? Because you slick told us that they're going through some things. All right. I'm sure Steve appreciates the apology. We are going to get into what Steve has to say about that, as well as the rest of the individuals that are on her show. But my thing is this, girl. Knock, who's there? Your daughter? Your daughter? Your daughter? Your daughter, the one you said got something going on up there in her mental, the one that you called a hater, and I could have sworn you called her a hoe on that call, but you could have been talking about Panay. I could have been wrong, okay? But the one you was talking to your husband about that you allow him to call bipolar, or ask if she's bipolar, and you said possibly. Yeah, knock, who's there? Your daughter. You need to get her on the line. So while you over here apologizing to Steve, you should also been apologizing to your daughter. That right there. I don't know, Shirley. Like, I mean, I know you had to do what you had to do to save your job and stuff like that, and I get that, but that's my biggest gripe with you, is to sit on the phone with a man that you know is raggedy as fuck, and you entertain the negative conversation about your child. That's the biggest problem for me. And then you had the audacity to say on the call, oh, well, my daughter was like, no, you got mad that your daughter was being taken under the wing of another woman. And you were like, how dare she does something like that? You know, it's like, how do you overlook me for somebody else or something like that? I said, girl, the same way you overlooking your child for this nigga. Y'all do it a lot. And you know what's crazy? And I said this, you know, to my patrons, but my thing is this. It's so interesting how parents can see the negative or whatever in your friends, right? But when you as a child, regardless of your age, but you as their child see in their mate the function, and they don't see it and they label you as the problem, that's a problem for me. You can see all this when it comes to my friends and who I date, but because I'm younger than you or I'm a child in your eyes, you don't trust my judgment when it comes to this person. Girl, that should be a red flag for your ass. If your child is untrustworthy of this person who she now has a restraining order on. Are you okay? So while you coming over here to the show and you want to give all these apologies to Steve and stuff to save your ass and all this other stuff, I get it, girl. You got to get your check. Things are going up and you got to be able to provide. And obviously you are also paying for your daughter's rent according to you. So if that's the case, you need to also apologize to her. That shouldn't have been because that right there really wasn't even you addressing your strawberry letter. That was really you giving, let me apologize to Steve, the person that I see sits so high, the person that I praise the most, even though I was over there on the phone talking down on them just a little bit. You need to call your daughter to the front, and you should have gave an apology while I'm at it. And I'm so emotional about what they got going on in their private life and going through their own hell right now. What about what your daughter going through too? Okay? Talk about she don't hold her dad accountable. Girl, we on you right now. We are on you right now. And maybe that's the thing, like when people be trying to address stuff with you directly, sometimes, and I'm not talking about just Shirley, I'm speaking in general, people like to throw other stuff. No, girl, we staying right here. This is where we are with it. You're trying to go over there. We'll get to that once we deal with this. Let's focus on this, okay? So that's my thing. You should be apologizing while I'm at it, and I'm apologizing to Steve, and I'm saying this and I'm saying that. Baby, you should have been saying it to my child, okay? Which to me appears to be your only seed. So you need to be over there apologizing to that young lady. And if you care for those friendships that you want, apologize to them too. If you don't care for them friendships, then it is what it is, okay? But when it comes to your child, in my personal, I would have never, I don't fuck these jobs. I hate to say it, but you'll get your apology when I give it to you. But when I open up this, let me go ahead and apologize to my child first and foremost. And that's what I'm going to do. Then you can bring it on around to Steve. That's the crazy part for me, girl. That's what I can't take, because the conversation went viral about what you said about Steve and Marjorie, as though you wasn't also talking about your daughter in the same conversation. Are you okay? Get that together, girl. But we're going to play the rest of it, okay? Because there's more, all right? Let's see.
To you, Shirley. We have known about this right after it happened. But we can't get in nobody's marriage and just go, girl, what you doing? What you thinking? What you feeling?
Say nothing.
Right. They didn't want to say nothing.
We didn't want to talk
because we didn't want to talk about it, and we wanted to create for you a space where you could come to work and have some moments, because I know what it's like.
And you did.
Let me pause that real quick. I want to just get to this super chat real quick. Thank you so much for the super chat. The fact that he was charged for CP and she refused to speak to the police even for the sake of her grandkids. Exactly. Thank you so much for the super chat. But trying to sit over there and talk about your daughter because she went down there to have a conversation with the people. And then Shirley and Ernest assumed what that girl told the police because they weren't there. They don't even know what she really said at that time. And he told me someday to add additional charges on me because of her. Baby, that's all because of you. And you sitting on the phone entertaining the bullshit. Girl, that's some I just can't respect. If you're a mom that'll choose a man over your kid, I can't respect it.
To get beaten and eaten alive. And so it became, for us, let's just be there for her. And when you want to tell us, you will tell us.
Yes.
When you're ready. Now, good thing you had Monica, Mississippi Monica, who has been with you this whole ride. You did confide in her. So Monica would keep us posted, but until you wanted to invite us in, we were just left over here as a support system. And so we were just, yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but can I just say this is I look at you guys as my family, you know, we all are family, you know, a lot of times there was a time when we saw each other more than we.
Not when you said Marjorie called y'all to help. You think she family now?
Saw our actual families. And, you know, it was just so hard for me I'm a private person, you know, but we all have our stuff. We talk afterwards. We're friends. We're all that. It was just hard for me to bring this particular thing up. I was just so embarrassed, you know, and humiliated. And I just felt like a fool. I felt so stupid. And, you know, I couldn't. It's not that I didn't want to talk about it. I just couldn't find the words. And that's the honest to God's truth. I just couldn't come to you guys. You know, if you had come to me, I would have opened up. But
I'm sorry, y'all gonna be mad because I am gonna be pausing because this is my first time hearing this, and I just have to call out the fuck shit. You didn't have the words, but you had a lot of words on that call though. Girl, let me press play though. I'm just like, I'm sorry.
But you know, I understand, but I couldn't. It was too much. It was just too much for me at that time. You know.
Okay. Shirley, we get. You know, my wife and me, we've been getting beat up for the past 2 weeks. But when something like this happens, you know, our motto has always been to never address bloggers.
Right.
And we don't give it no room or steam.
I don't even fuck them on that.
Nothing, because we know who we are and we know whose we are. And so we don't address bloggers. When this came out, it's a little bit different because it's not gossip, rumor, or malicious lie. It came from the inside circle because we are inside circle. We are family. And so when it came out, you know, Marjorie is on baby watch right now. We got another grandchild coming and the baby's due any minute. So Marjorie's over there on baby watch. She's just doing grandmama duty. And Marjorie don't really get into all this right here. And so I didn't really, you know, look, I'm so used to getting beat up, but I didn't know how Marjorie was feeling about everything that's out there. Because these bottom feeders are just beating my wife up.
Wow.
And even though we've made a conscious effort and we said we're not going to address it, I'm tired. And so when this came out, this how the devil worked. I'm going to pile it on. I'm going to go get somebody that worked for me. Because one more time, God don't come. The devil don't come for those he got. He sends the ones he has. So now I'm going to get me a government employee that needs some money, that work in Fulton County. I'm going to get a hold of him. I'm going to release these tapes. I'm going to get him to need a little bit of money. I'm going to give it to this female blogger, and she going to get a little bit of money, and now I'm going to soak them. But the timing of it was ugly because of everything else that's going on right now. I
wonder who he talking about.
And it made it look like Shirley was piling on. And that wasn't her intent, but it happened. Like I say, I understand. The part I'm coming with now is because it's been so ugly for my wife, man. And see, this is what I've never done before. It's been so ugly for my wife. And I've stood there trying not to say nothing. But I'm not a blog. Me, Shirley, Carla, Tommy, Mississippi Jr., we ain't a blog. We're a real media platform.
Oh, I'm hollering.
And I don't know if you all know what it's like to wake up every morning that we get up. And our job and mission is to brighten your day. And it don't matter how dark our day is. We got the job to be the morning show. And we got to put on the show. And Tommy come in here with Junior come in here off a crisis with sickle cell. Tommy come in here with bad news. Tommy get hit with cancer. Shirley going through her life right now.
I have to stop. I'm sorry, y'all. It's you assuming that a lot of the people that watches bloggers or whoever else don't have SHI going on in their own life, and they still show up and put a smile on other people's day. And then the gag be that some of y'all that sit on these larger quote unquote platforms because you're on a radio station and you're tied to whoever, some of these YouTubers or some of these bloggers get more hits than y'all shows. So it's just really interesting, girl, because y'all really don't be one of the people that be YouTubers entering into that sector of new media or whatever in alignment with y'all, but it's just really what it is. And it's just, you know, that's just what it is. They also have the same opportunities if they were to network appropriately to get in the same spaces, to be on same shows, just like y'all. Look at Jessie Woo. She's over there on Dish Nation. She's a YouTuber, actress, does a lot of stuff. So what are we really talking about? Girl, y'all be trying to discredit just a little piece of it now. Okay, now I'm with you when it comes to somebody exposing certain things, because I did see stuff about y'all, but I ain't paying no mind. I was just like, girl, I'm not even finna get into that, like what these folks got going on. But when this Shirley thing came out, you right, Steve, it does hit different, and it definitely had me over here tap dancing into the phone call so I could see exactly what was really going on. But what y'all not gonna do is sit up here on these platforms, and then the gag be for me. It's a lot of y'all that do sit on these radio stations and got these big names with these big networks, didn't even go to school for the stuff that you sitting over there doing. Meanwhile, okay, because a lot of y'all won't get up off the table and make room for a lot of people that graduate anyway so that they can be in the rooms with y'all, right? So they have to create their own spaces, whether that's Instagram or that's YouTube, their own personal website, Facebook, so whatever. So they create their own spaces, and these are people, and not all, but there are quite a few in this sector that actually went to school for the very shit that you sitting over here getting paid high and mighty for, because you're a brand. You know what I'm saying? And when I say this, I'm not just talking to Steve. I'm talking to all of them. They really think like that, high key. But a lot of people don't even be up listening to y'all shows like that. They rather go to YouTube, click on that, and listen to that shit on the way to work. But it's okay though, girl. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, because I do like what y'all do. You feel what I'm saying? I do like what y'all do. I'm not gonna knock it. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually got my degree in the shit that y'all do. But I'm not gonna knock it. Do your thing. But what you're not gonna do is knock them, because I'm gonna clock that. But let's keep going.
Here, Carla got a whole family over here. She got to deal with these people down at the school about her kid. She got to take her black daughter down to this school and try to make the best way for her. Everybody got crosses to bear. But we got to come in here anyway, and we got to be the morning show in spite of what's happening in our life. When it ain't funny or fun or inspirational or motivational or informative at all, we just in here trying to make it. So I get it. Here's the deal.
What is the deal?
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to do a list of facts. My wife asked me not to do it because she said, Steve, all them haters going to do is flip anything you say and reverse it. Okay, cool. Well, you're doing it anyway. And you out there just lying about my girl. And you got her this, and you tearing away at her character. And I don't like what you're doing to her. I don't like the timing of this jailhouse release, because it just seemed like it added more, and it came from the inside. I'm tired, but she got to be tired. The woman I married is a good woman. She the best thing ever happened to me. She's God-fearing. She's loyal. She's faithful. And she's a kind and loving person. I don't care what nobody says. And y'all quit talking about she was in my other marriage and ruined it. She didn't. She was nowhere around that. My marriage, I got divorced in 2005. My marriage was over when the Kings of Comedy was out. Y'all ain't know that though, did you? It was over then. It wasn't worth a quarter then. It took us this long to get to the divorce. That's when the official paperwork came out. But in 2005, let me hip you to something. I had nothing. I lost the radio show we were on in LA on March 23rd, and I lost the only TV show I had May 10th. I mean, May 23rd, I lost the radio show, and May 10th, I lost the TV show. Steve Harvey had no money. Got with Marjorie again, New Year's Eve, met her, talked to her. She was with her kids in Hawaii. We got together in 2006. We had nothing. She didn't marry into no lap of riches. I had nothing. When I asked her to marry me at the end of 2006, and then she said she wanted to get married in 2007, I told her too soon. I got to get some stuff together. She said, what? I said, baby, I ain't really got nothing. I'm trying to build. She said, I'm going to get in there and build with you. We got married in 2007. Do you know what I was doing in 2007? Nothing. We had four stations in 2005. 4. We built this. All of us built this. We had 4 stations. We turned this into something. But that woman got down in that foxhole with me and turned this into something. In 2007, we got married. In 2008, we found out that somebody had stolen 7 years of my tax returns. Ooh. I ain't gonna mention no names. And we owed the government $22 million and we in debt. But then guess what? She stayed with me in that. Then guess what? In 2009, I got Family Feud. In 2009, the book came out. In 2012, the talk show came out. I'm telling you, this woman got in the hole and built this with me. She didn't steal nothing. And I'm tired of y'all talking about my girl. Because my girl is one of the best women I've ever met. And why you black ass people out there got these blogs like you just gonna destroy somebody, I don't really know what that's about. But don't worry about it because it ain't working. Because all we are now, we are a tighter two-handed circle. Thank you for doing that. And you're not going to split us up. And we're not going nowhere. And she is none of what you said she is.
I'm going to pause him right there because, see, this is where he goes in on some blogs where I know he ain't talking to me, baby. So I don't take no offense to that part because I'm like, girl, who was over here dragging Marjorie, girl? I know he ain't talking to me because I ain't saying anything about that, girl. So he talking to y'all other folks that was out here trying to, you know, separate their relationship and bring their stuff down, girl. Y'all really the ones that he talking about this little piece of a bottom feeder, okay? But we're going to get back into it. I was trying to find this super chat that I was trying to get to real quick. Hopefully it pops back up here because I am not seeing it. Where is it? Okay, here we go. All right, thank you so much for the super chat. Charmed Locks. Like attracts like. Steve been putting his kids before his wife, and sis not putting one but 2 grown men before her child. Pair bonding is real. Batteries and the devil not included. It's no shade. Pause. Away. All right. She says we riding. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see what else he's talking about.
And she the best chick I know. Now I'm defending her. And you can feel how you want to feel about that. But that's the God in me. But now let me give you one piece of Steve Harvey. If I see your ass. And we wanted to create for you a space where you could come to work and have some moments, because I know what it's like.
Wait, okay, so I think that's where it cuts off. That's where it ends. There is more where it looks like the other individuals on the show are telling us about it. But that's where he cut it off. He said, if I see your, and then they cut it. All right. So I don't know if they're going to put this up on the YouTube channel for us to get the rest of what Steve said. But he was finna go into a threat a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit. But let's check out more of what they're saying. The morning show crew shares their love for Shirley and all she's going through at this time. So let's see what they have to say.
It's been a morning.
It's been a lot of strawberries. Is it blueberry letter now? I mean, are we changing? What is it?
Yeah, we're probably going to have to make it the red cranberry.
I'm proud of you, Shirley. I really am.
Yeah, sure.
Not the cranberry letter.
It takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage to do what you did, to be transparent like this, Shirley. Yeah. You know, I've said it before. You tell your story. Don't let other people tell your story. I think that, Steve, it would be good if you would talk about redemption. Yeah. You know, I think that, you know, in our journey in life, we all make mistakes. Shirley, we all make mistakes. And you have to keep asking God to guide your steps. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know,
for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And listen, I say this.
Why I feel like she still don't want to hear that.
We family, and we got family members. There's not a moment that I ain't got on Steve's nerves, and he said, and he in a private conversation with somebody else, you know what, Tommy got on my damn nerve today. It's not like we haven't said things that we just say, you know what, the Junior got on my damn nerve. I'm sick of Junior ass. I've said that to somebody.
I've said the same thing, Tom.
You know what I'm saying?
This morning before I came to work, actually.
Tommy getting on your nerves. You said it before you opened the mic.
All these damn pictures he's sending, Lord.
Ooh. And for those of y'all listening, Tommy be sending us pictures on GroupMe. We be
another. You know, man. Carla's right. Tommy's right. You know, nobody wants their private thoughts brought.
Come on, man.
No.
Nobody. Do you know what would happen if any of us had our private thoughts and private conversations?
He right. That's true.
And, Lord,
Yeah, I
mercy,
do.
we wouldn't have no damn. We wouldn't have a morning show. Y'all wouldn't be. Y'all show wouldn't have a job. Out
Y'all
there.
tell show
And
it.
yeah,
Let me
I
walk in
believe
your
it.
cloud that you got up there. Let me walk in your cloud.
Man,
let me see,
that's
everything in
why-
your cloud.
yeah. I got here. I had to take mine off because here it's dangerous.
I believe it.
I just think that everybody, we don't live in a world that's forgiving anymore.
Not at all.
We don't live in a kind world anymore. We live in a fallen world. But we do have a lot of huge fans on this show. And we do understand that there's a lot of people who love us. The problem, and I've said it 100 times, is hate is louder than love. But love is stronger. And we all gonna have to learn that lesson. And as much as I want to get out there and change things, and as much as I wish people would stand up and back me more, that ain't the world we live in. We live in a social media climate, and everybody's idea is to tear somebody down to get clicks. And we just not going to sit here and let you click this sister's life away. And I'm not going to sit here no longer and let you destroy my wife's image and character. It's hard. And we need each other to support each other to show love. Now, look, man, do I expect this to change anything? Probably not. But you know what? At least it feel good to say your piece. Sometimes,
Yes.
man,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
just want to be able to say your side of
That's
to tell your damn story. Your
Shirley,
truth.
this time
Now,
for you,
are they
girl.
gonna
We already
twist
heard
it?
Joe's side.
Yes.
The
Yes.
fuck?
Are they
Oh,
going to
yeah.
try to flip it and use it against you? Yes. But I got news for you. Isaiah 54:17 is real. It's the word of God. And I don't care what you do. What God got for me, what God got for you, what God got for Shirley, ain't nothing you can do about it. What God got for Carla, what God got for Junior, for Tommy, for Monica, is nothing you can do about it. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. That's the God we serve. Shirley, you're our girl, you're our family. All is forgiven. We come into work. Tommy,
One more thing real important, Shirley.
Yes.
At least you don't have to cook no more. You know?
That's
You know
what
what I'm
got.
saying?
Everything
I
she
can't
said.
take-
That's what
You know
you
what I'm
got
saying,
out of
Shirley?
it. She don't have
I mean,
to
you
cook.
ain't got to cook no more food. Shirley.
Look at the bright side. There's a silver
Yeah.
lining.
Put the pots and pans up, Shirley.
And I'm going to say one more thing, Shirley. This is,
could I say one?
Nothing else.
well, one more thing. This is real serious, Shirley.
I'm going to
Serious.
say one right after you.
Just one. Okay, Shirley.
What?
Don't ever let me think that you're trying to outdo my prank call. Don't ever let me think that. You understand me? That's all
I
I'm saying.
can't
That's
take
it.
Tommy.
That's it.
Could I just say one too, Shirley?
Go ahead.
What? And then I want to say something. What?
Okay. Well, he might finally be somewhere getting a good meal.
Good night.
Hits just keep on coming.
That's too soon. That's too
Hey,
soon.
that is
Oh,
too
now
soon.
you want to read the room and say too soon.
Oh, that's too soon.
Well, I just want to say, thank you guys for letting me finally get that out. I've been
Yes.
holding it in for quite
love
some
you.
time. And, trying, just to keep faith and stay strong and
Yeah.
hoping
Mhm.
and praying that it would end soon. But anyway,
Do you
maybe
feel relieved?
this is the
Shirley?
beginning. Yeah, I feel some relief,
Feel some
I
relief.
do.
Good.
I do. I just
Good.
do. And thank you guys. That's all I can say. And Steve, to you, thank you, of course, for not firing me.
This ain't worth losing no job over. I had way worse stuff happen to me. But it did. I just found out my fat wheezing ass had
Oh,
to do something done.
Yo, that's all.
Oh,
Come
I'm
on
already
with
got
me.
this. Hey, you forgot. That's an old ass tape. You ain't seen me. I'm so fly right now. All right, y'all. Hey, man, y'all keep talking to God. We love you.
All right, so y'all just heard that, okay? Although I feel like Shirley, girl, you still flawed as hell, because I would just wanted to hear something and what you had to say to your daughter. I mean, I do think in this time, I do feel like she kind of got played. I do think that he played her, and I do think that is good that she does have a village, or because when she was going through it, she was alienating herself from so many people because she was just embarrassed. So I think it's good that they're creating that space for her to kind of like express to them everything that she's been dealing with, and knowing that they're going to be able to support her, and she ain't got to walk around with all this shame on her face, because high key, you didn't do nothing but make yourself look a fool as far as riding with this man, so much so that you were willing to go against friends and family for this fool, and you starting to slowly come out of it. I feel like a lot of people do that when they hooked on somebody, and they slowly come out of that. So I mean, at least you kind of got that safe space where you could talk to them and all of that. I'm glad you ain't let it drag on for another 3 years or something like that, as some people do, just hanging on to the person that's in prison. Go ahead and get this divorce and separate from this man, because this man is also cheating on you. You know what I'm saying? But I did want to play some more audio. All right, so let me work on getting that together. Let's see. I wanted to play some more audio of what Miss Shirley was over here doing. Okay, some of the things that she had to say when it came to her child. Okay, let me see if I have it here. I know I have it. Okay, I'm just trying to see which one I'm going to play. Which one? I think I'm going to play this one first, because I think there's two different opportunities where she speaks on her daughter. Okay, and then y'all know, of course, her daughter did, file a restraining order or whatever on that man. So let us get this up, because this right here was the message, girl.
Hello?
Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
Oh, this is better. This is a way better jail. Not gonna lie to you. That's why I fuck with the crackers. They more organized, and yeah, this is way better. I could go outside by myself, and I can, it's caged up, but I can at least see the sun. It's pretty outside. I ain't seen sun in 3 months.
I know, you told me that. That's crazy. Sheridan went down.
Sheridan what?
She went down there.
For what?
To talk to him. I don't know what she said. I don't know.
Wow.
She did go down. Yeah. I didn't want to tell you. I don't know. I don't know.
That's where them other charges come from then.
Well, I'm just telling you what happened. She went down there. Listen. That's all I know. We'll talk about it when you get out.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when you get out.
How do you know that's where the other charges came from?
And it was about a month or so ago. She went down there.
That's why they put the charge. That's why they put the extra charges on.
When the sheriff go down there? Yeah, it was about a month ago.
That's why they put the extra charges on my ass.
Thank you so much for the super chat,
She don't even know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Wow.
She didn't tell me she was going. She just went. Yeah.
What kind of fucking shit is that?
All right. Damn. Okay.
All right. Okay then.
I wasn't trying to ruin. Hey, listen. I wasn't trying to ruin your day, honey. Okay.
Wow.
I wasn't trying to ruin your day.
Wow. That girl hate me so fucking bad. That bad?
Okay. Wow. Don't let it ruin your day, okay? Please don't.
Wow. Okay. All right, then.
All right. Listen. Yeah. So, he knew it, so at least you got moved. At least it's 90 days. You're getting out. You deal with that when you get out or whatever. We'll deal with that when we get out. I'll put it like that.
Wow. And you ain't talked to her since then?
No. I don't know if she knows I know.
Wow.
Okay. All right. And I don't know what she said, but she was scared. She was scared or whatever, and nosy, and she wanted to know because they kept telling her, they have her name is on some documents, just like they told me.
Right.
Wait, listen, honey, just like they told me, and she was upset about all of that, and it's like, of course your name is going to be on some stuff. You lived at our house, your kids lived at our house, So anyway, she went down there. I don't know what she said. I don't know what was asked of her, but she doesn't understand that they were trying to trick her. She doesn't get that part of it. She just wanted to know what it was, and she was scared because I guess they kept calling her, you know. And I asked them not to call her, but they called her because I stopped answering their calls. But then they called her and scared her, and she went down there.
Wow.
Because there's no telling what they said to her to get her down there, you know. I mean, because I just thought, you know, they just used some trickery, and she fell for it and went down there.
Wow.
Because she, stop saying wow.
I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, it's
I know. But what I'm saying that to say that, just put that up until you get out, okay? And then we'll deal with that, okay? Don't let it, don't marinate on that. Don't fixate on that.
Wow.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It happened about a month ago, and, you know, people think just because you get arrested that you're guilty. They don't even consider that, you know. Seriously.
Yeah, I haven't even been officially charged. I haven't even been officially charged.
Officially
charged. I know, but what I'm saying is, you know, people think just because you're arrested, you're guilty.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's what the deal is with that.
Okay.
Okay, that's. I know that. I know. Maybe I shouldn't have told you.
I would have found out anyway because the state.
I know you would have. I know you would have. I just told you because we were talking about that. You know.
Yeah, that's why.
And I thought about it.
Yeah, that's why they dropped the charge and came back with different shit. That's why, because they had her name on the document on the warrant. And the name was on the warrant, like she was supposed to be somewhere, but she didn't know nothing about nothing. They just used that to try to find what I had going on. I had shit going on. It's just amazing, but it's okay. It's all right.
I know, but yeah, I'm sorry I had to tell you that, but I thought that was just horrible. She doesn't understand what she's doing, but yeah, the hatred runs deep. I haven't heard from her since about 2 weeks. You know,
what if I were
and she keeps the kids from me. You know, she keeps the kids from me. So,
well,
I guess she's upset. Huh?
What if I told? What if I one of them old hateful ass that's in here now that's no good and say, hey, you my wife, you don't need to pay your daughter nothing. Kick her ass out. What if I one of them mean motherfuckers like that?
Oh, I know.
You see what I'm saying? She'll be on the street right now if I was one of them dirty, drunk motherfuckers just smoking weed and drinking all day.
You admitting?
Fighting a wife, and I ain't doing all that shit.
Give me a second.
Right, and I wouldn't be married to you.
It's the fact that he's saying, what if I was one of them hateful men that da-da-da-da. It's you admitting how you get in her psyche for me. It's you admitting that you have that much power and control over her, that if you told her that, you know that she's going to go that way and put her daughter out and isolate herself from her daughter or whatever the case is. You know that. Girl, that man got power over you regardless of what you finna try and say, Shirley.
Yeah, you're right. If you did all that.
I'm just saying, I mean, you know, folks
she's saying she wouldn't be married to him.
I ain't doing that shit.
She wouldn't be married to him if he did that.
Well, I will say this. It was wrong. She shouldn't have done it. I don't know. Somebody was in her ear, you know.
Wow.
I think someone was in her ear telling her because she can't keep anything.
Wow.
So she was probably scared. I think, you know, I don't know, but she may have called a bunch of people and asked them what should she do because she was really scared. She was very scared. She was upset. You know, and you don't tell me what's going on, but I don't have to about my marriage. I just think she was nosy. She wanted to know what was going on. And she was like, he had my kids' names. My kids' names were on some documents.
No,
so,
I didn't.
You know.
No, she lied.
Well, that's what the police... No.
Well, the police must have some, baby.
Come on now. You're doing too much,
wow.
Okay?
Okay,
You're doing too much. That's what the cops told her.
The police must have something. He told me she lying like a motherfucker. So I don't know if y'all saw that Zoom call when he had his court hearing over the summer, and they said that they had some evidence from his computer. His attorney tried to say it's only one of those, it's only one document or whatever, right? Whereas the prosecutors was like, no, it's about 4 or 5. Okay, you thought they had one photo or one item. No, it was about 4 or 5 items that they had. Now, why you didn't get that discovery, I don't know. And I now remember why I wanted to talk about this case. Okay, the reason why I wanted to talk about it, and I hate that I did not cover it then, was because I recall the attorney pissing me the dog fuck off. When you are an attorney and you're taking people's money, number one, I don't feel like you should be sitting up here taking on more clients than what's within your reach and your range. The fact that you didn't know shit about your client and you kept having to look down on some piece of paper and say and your honor and no. With how long this man's case been going on, you should have been fluent in the things that you were going to tell the judge. Now, granted, I understand y'all be working these different cases and all of that, but there should have been, like, it was a basic details about this man that I felt you should have been able to run off at the top. You didn't know shit about him. And it's interesting when and I'm not taking up for him because it is what it is. I'm more so just calling out the attorney, because when you also hear the call of the, I don't know which call it was, but basically, I feel like it was either Shirley or maybe and the mistress, because I don't know if y'all heard the mistress yet, but they talked about how he should be in contact. He even complained about it, how he should be in contact with his attorney, and he hasn't talked to the attorney in oh so long. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like, but sometimes attorneys don't want to talk if they don't have anything to discuss. And I get that. But at the same time, sometimes people just want to know what's happening with their case. Have you gotten any new details lately? So that if he wasn't going to call, I guess, Shirley, you the one that put up all the money. So you definitely should have been on the attorney's head top to make sure that he was actually moving and doing some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just had to dig in his ass just a little bit, because I remember listening to that call and it irritated me so much. I said, this man don't know shit about his client. He legit took y'all money, and what is given, he think that nigga guilty. Hello? He think he guilty. And know he going down for it. Okay, this a quick book. I really feel like attorneys look at cases and already know that a win is a win. A win is a win, okay? Whether you go to jail or not, baby, a win is a win, because that check has cleared. It has cleared. Girl, I can't. But let's keep going, though.
Told me the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's
Girl, I'm
their
so tired of his
tactic.
wiles,
You know,
baby.
they will scare you because they want you to come in. They want to see if they can get anything. And that didn't work. I kept saying if they had anything, they would arrest you. If they had something, they would come and get you. Don't worry. You ain't got to go to them.
Oh, you talking about your daughter. They would arrest her if they had details.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't that motherfucker cold-blooded when you're playing with your fucking kids like that.
I know.
I'm the one I'm going to take care of the kid. I'm the one who will tell you and do
I know, baby. I know. She, in her head, something's off in her head. You know, and like I said, I believe someone had her ear.
Wow.
And, you know, when you get out, we'll get the full story. But I believe someone had her ear and was talking to her because, yeah. And, you know, you better go on down there. Well, just go on down there and clear it up or, you know, whatever. But
it's so stupid. If just going down and clear and if something happens, who's going to get her the fuck out?
Exactly. She doesn't get that part. But
wow.
But you know, when people hear cops, you know, they get scared, and you know, I'll admit it wasn't the most comfortable situation for me, you know, especially given my status and all of that. But I'm still not going down there. And if I did, you know, a wife can't really testify against her husband, in court anyway.
Well,
but it's like, no.
But I ain't going to put you in no harm way like that.
I know you're not. And I know you're not even stupid to put yourself in that kind of a position. I know that too. I know that too, but...
Yeah. Well, it's okay. But it's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. God is working it out. You know, and that's what I want you to stay focused on. When you get out, you know, we'll talk about all this stuff, but... You know, I don't want it to be about her. I know what she did was wrong, and we'll deal with that. But let's concentrate on the fact that even through all that, God is still working. You know, that's where our focus has to be on the positive.
Yeah, but I ain't no focus on that because they're going to have to apologize, and I ain't even looking for it. Sometimes you can, you know how many people in here false imprisonment. Oh my! I'm
Yeah,
real.
especially black people. I know.
Wow.
I know that.
I've been in here 90 days. I probably went to my second appearance in 2 weeks. I'm already 2 months and a half, 3 months past my second appearance. For real.
That's okay because it's gonna work out. Everything's gonna work out. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called to His purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
All things work together for the good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. Mhm. People think they know, but they don't even know.
Well,
so
the Lord does, and that's why He's.
Well, they better come on with it then, because I got God on my side, and He ain't let me down yet. So I'm good.
That's right.
We good.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We are.
That is fine.
All right, honey. Well, I'm glad you're in a better place. Like I said, God is working it out. I'm glad you're in a better place. So it's just a matter of time now.
Yeah, that's all.
And that's when he thought that he was finna get out, child. Let's see what else we got over here in the arsenal. Because I do want y'all to hear. Y'all kind of heard her talk about the offness in her daughter. At a later time, she speaks more on her daughter, and she talks about her being a hater and stuff. And then he also asked her like whether her daughter is bipolar or something like that. I'm trying to see if I would want to listen to that one. Let me see. Because I do want y'all to hear this mistress talking. So that's probably going to be the next one that we play, in all honesty. Because I want y'all to hear this mistress for those people that have not heard her. Let's see. This is him talking to the mistress, child. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think that's the right one. Okay. Because, child, ain't no way. All right, this one is a brief one, so let's see if we can switch that over. Thank you for the super chat. I feel for her because of the way he played the SHI out of her. Okay, but at this point, ma'am, don't give out any more relationship advice, like none at all. Hold what you got. Hold what you got. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, let's switch over and let's see. Okay, boom, here we go.
I can't hear you.
You can or can?
Oh, now I can. I was saying, what she
Can you
said?
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
The communication with you is less harder because I can't email.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I got to
That's
figure
fine.
it out.
But you can actually get mail there.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, you can get mail there. I can send you mail.
I get pictures and all that too?
Yeah, there's no Polaroid.
Okay, well, I'm good with that then. Send me the same ones you sent me then. I'm good with that. Especially the one with that tank top. I love that one. That's my favorite one.
Is that your favorite one?
Yeah, and the one you land in the bed, one picture in your bed. I love
Okay. That's my stalking picture.
Yeah. Because you took two, but if one is out, it's my favorite. I think the one with the glasses, you had the glasses on. I can't. But I love
With the short hair?
Yeah, I like that. I like all of them, to be honest with you. I like all of them. But them pictures more important to me than the goddamn commissary, because they feed you good. Yeah.
Right. Oh, good.
They feed you good portions. Shower better.
I'm glad you liking it over there better. That it's a better facility.
Yeah. But I will say this here. I sure miss myself some good ass pussy. I'm not gonna lie. Can't wait. Get that motherfucker primed up, girl. Get that muffin right. Yeah, get that muffin right.
I'll be doing my exercises, my stretches.
Hey, I'm over here. At least I can get the pictures in my hand of you. Yeah, that. I'm excited about that part. So I gotta get me some stamps so I can write you back. So I got plenty of time to do that in here. I'm trying now, but I'm glad I went through what I went through. So the communication I enjoy the communication with me and you every day, time of day.
Right.
I like that could have passed my time with, because if I'm up all night, I can read your letters all night. Yeah, then I can take time to respond back.
Look at you.
Yeah, I miss that part now, because that makes it made my time go by so quick like that. So
I said the same thing.
I don't know. I'll send as many as I can.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
You only need 5. I mean, that's all you need, 5.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
We don't have any together, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're gonna have plenty together. Don't you worry about that shit. Don't even worry about that. All that good shit, I already know that shit coming. I'm not worrying about that. I just tell you, I appreciate you for everything. I really appreciate you. You ain't have no clue. This is a man dream, for real.
Good.
Yeah, no, for real. The picture you sent me, I love that one you in the bed now. Cause what you took two on, one awkward, but one is the best.
I will send you that one, and the one with the tank top.
I love that one. I like the one with the glasses with the short hair. I like that one too.
Okay.
I like the one with the big braids. I love that one too.
Oh, the braids?
Yeah, I love that one too. That shit. You're a pretty motherfucking woman now. You're very pretty. You're just unique. Got a unique style.
Like we just met though. You've known me for what, almost 2 years.
Yeah, but don't play with me.
That's you.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is.
This your first time seeing me?
No, I mean, I understand when you be like, man, look here, man, it's something, just move out your way. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I understand because you got that same goddamn aura about yourself. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at you as a female, that's all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're a threat. Motherfuckers want to be your side. Them titties so goddamn pretty. That shit is ridiculous. Thank you for allowing me to be the first motherfucking touch them pretty motherfuckers out. Thank you so very much.
That's pretty crazy.
What?
You're welcome. But you're welcome. You are welcome.
Hey, for real.
And I like the fact that you appreciate them.
Yeah, I do.
Money well spent.
Yeah, I do. I appreciate it.
Money well spent.
Yeah. Sure do. Okay, love.
Okay. Well, call me tomorrow.
Okay, love you there, sweetheart. I thank you so very much. Keep the game up and stay out the way.
I'll stay out the way.
When that thing get hot, just pat it. That's all you got to do.
I take showers now. Thank you.
I saw that in your text. I saw that.
Right.
In your text. Yeah, I saw. I got to take a shower. I got to take a good shower.
I got to take a shower.
You what?
Since I can't get to it.
Oh, that's all right. You're going to be just fine. Just keep working them jobs. Keep being.
Thank you for using Global.
Did this man say keep working them jaws? What's happening here? This is just some freaky nasty. And then it seemed like he get text messages and stuff in jail. Girl, this man over there in heaven, high key with the jail. Girl, I cannot. I'm trying to see what else do we have here on the foolish people. Is there anything else I care to play? Let's see. Oh, I did want to play this one real quick. This one, Shirley talk about her ring, child. I think this the right one. When she talks about her ring, she says that, I believe she said it's supposed to get taken or something like that, like something dealing with a cashier's check. And what I didn't like was how he kept trying to play stupid on the phone. Let me see. Let me go and see. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull it up. All right. Let's see here. Okay.
What you been doing?
Well, Ty called me today. Ty, the jewelry lady.
Yeah.
Somebody called her to say that the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring.
What?
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring over a year and so ago.
He talking about
that
what?
was
Right out the gate.
Her account, and you stole $250,000 from her, and she needs that receipt and a copy of the check or something. She was telling Ty. So Ty says she's not giving her anything unless she has like a court order or something. She told her that you were in jail. Ty knows that you're in jail, but I didn't confirm or deny it. And anyway, now they're calling, they're still...
Who's calling?
I don't know who it was. She didn't say. She said she wrote the lady's name down, but she didn't have it because she thought it was a scam. And then she said that an officer from Rosewall Police Department called her as well and said that if it's not legit, I'll have to give my ring back and all that. And I said, well, if I have to give it back, I have to give it back. But,
Them
whatever.
folks is still trying to get at me for nothing.
Yeah. And then so I talked to Lamont, and he said something about there's a woman that they have. He doesn't know her name, and she's a snitch, and she's trying to set you up, or something like that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's how my day's been.
That's today?
Yeah, this happened earlier today. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I said a few days before you get your court date, they're still trying to do something.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Wow.
So I guess they don't have anything. So what they do have, in terms of cases, they're trying to, get something out of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So now they call Ty, another big mouth in town.
Wow. And none of that stuff is true. Wow.
Well, yeah. I just said, well, I don't know what's going on. I just, played dumb. I just said, I don't know what's going on. I never confirmed or denied why you're in jail. She didn't seem to be too interested in that. She just said she thought it was a scam. She said, don't worry, I didn't give up any of your information, but I wanted to tell her they have it anyway. They've had my information.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're still trying.
They're still trying to find something on me. Ain't got nothing on me. Wow.
Yeah. But this is what I was trying to wait till you got home before I just told you everything. I only told you like bits and pieces of what's going on. Remember yesterday when you said that someone's in her ear?
Right.
You said that. He didn't say that. You said that.
We all think it's Nene.
Uh-huh.
And because she's like, the days before my birthday when I went over there to get my hair done, she sat down and was like, so are you going to tell me what's going on with you and that stuff? Like that, right? You heard me, right?
Yeah, I heard you.
And so I said, no, I'm not. And so she said, well, why not? She's talking to me just like this. I said, because it's none of your business. Well, what do you mean? Everybody's been asking me about it. And I've heard anyway. And I said, everybody like who? Joe and Marlon and Miles. That's what she was saying to me. So I said, well, they know how to call me, and anybody did that, like Shirley called all around and told everybody,
Right.
So then I said, if anybody wants to know anything, they're feel free to call me, but that's my business, and that's my business. And so then she had an attack right there in front of me.
What kind of attack?
I'll do that one next.
I don't mean to laugh at that part about it, but and so I guess because I wasn't having it. It was just so. I just hate it. It's like, my mama. What are you talking about? You're not in my business like that.
Wow.
What are you doing? Yeah, it was really bad. So then she had an attack, and I was like, oh, my God, is you okay? That was just, I guess, to make me feel sorry for her or whatever.
Right,
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so then after that happened, when I left out, she said, well, let me know what you're going to do for your birthday. And I said, okay. So I never called her or anything to tell her, what we were doing, because quite frankly, I didn't know what we were doing at that time. I didn't know Debbie was in and, and all of that. And I didn't know anything. And I was just like, trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're going through a difficult time.
Huh?
You're going through a difficult time.
Yeah, exactly. So she had her attack, and I said, well, what do you want? Do you need me to call the hospital? Call somebody, are you okay? And then she settled down. I'm okay. After an attack, and from a second stroke, it just comes and goes like that.
Wow.
It was just really weird. So anyway, okay, so now my birthday, right? So
okay.
She posted on everything, it's my birthday and all of this. She never once called me, never gave me a gift, never did any of that. She and Tracy. So I know she's called all around. She's told everyone. I know she has. Because, Tracy. She told everybody what's happening. So anyway, so this girl that was going into business with Ronald now, this Asian lady, I got some things. See, what was wrong was I went to her birthday party and Sheridan and the kids were there. I told you that. And I never once let on that I was going through anything or, you know, they were all marveling at the fact that how I looked. And, you know, and Panay was like telling my age and, you know. I didn't ask her, so she was doing all of that with the people, and I was like, yeah, that's how old I am. You know, they said, you haven't had any work there on your face, and I said, no, this is just what it is. So anyway, they were like, oh, you look great, you look great. So then after that, I came for my hair, and then she was talking about, cause I didn't tell her. So, it's just been so much stuff. So then that's when Sheridan stopped speaking to me. She would never come by. She would never bring the kids by. And she stopped calling, stopped answering my calls. So that's when I believe Panay was telling her, don't talk to her. You better get away from all of that, you know, and you better go down there and talk to them because they keep calling you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to put all the blame on her, but I believe because, you know, Sheridan's not stupid, but I believe she had something to do with it. You know, that's all I'm saying. I believe she encouraged it.
Oh.
And, you know, and then I gave her this stuff for her birthday, and this lady, from this Asian lady that Ronald found the lady. So Tosh and I were getting some pieces from her because the pieces were nice and she wasn't charging us a lot of money. So now, come to find out, today we find out that Panay has linked up with this lady. And now the lady stopped talking to us, and now she's getting all her clothes and stuff from this lady.
Talking about all her
For
friends.
real? For real. This just happened today. So I just been thanking God I just been thanking God all day because, you know, for revealing it to me. Now, you've been saying it, I got that, but now I really see it for myself. And it just, you know, that really, it just, I'm like, well, dang, you know, I have never done anything to her, anything, not one thing to her, but help her in every single way that I could. But it's like she wants everything. She's trying to undermine me with Sheridan, you know, like pretend like she's her mom and all that. Sheridan, you know, doesn't hardly talk to me, only when rent time comes, you know, especially since this happened. She didn't before. But, you know, we'll talk about, you know, the rest of it, you know, when you get out and stuff. Cause I know, but you're saying you don't like to talk about stuff on the phone.
Well, I know, but that ain't serious. That's really just your day-to-day life. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's some, you know, it's some more, just some unanswered questions. Anyway,
okay,
so,
I got you.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what I've been dealing with, you know, and, you know, it's like really, it's just terrible.
You're talking about the lady that came to you, that talked, that lady that met.
Yes, her.
And she wanted to go into business with y'all and all that?
Yes.
And she was going to do all that, the store and everything with y'all.
Yes. Now she over there with her. That's what I'm telling you.
Wow.
She over there with Nene. Yes.
How y'all found that out?
We saw it on video. The Lord revealed it to me. I'm telling you, and I showed it to Tasha.
Oh man, I know Tasha wanted to go fight already.
Oh yeah, she did. She absolutely did. So yeah, it's like okay, because I've been really thinking about that Asian lady lately. You know, because I was like, I wonder what's up with her. You know, because we hadn't heard from her anything. You know, what's going on with all of that? And so now we know what's going on with it. Now we know. She's over there with her. So I put them in the enemy category. You're my enemy because you're just trying to bring me down. And the reason I didn't, when we first were getting ready to move, and I said, well, if it takes a little longer, you know, I could stay with Panay or I could stay with Sheridan. Panay, and I asked her, she said it was fine. They were preparing. Then one day she said, you can come, but Nesto's not welcome here. He's not welcome.
Here it is.
And that's what over there anyway.
I said the same thing. I said, well, he wasn't coming, and I never mentioned him. I said, I didn't say he was coming. I just said it was me. Well, he's not welcome. So then when I called Sheridan, and Sheridan said, you can come, Mom, but your husband is not welcome. They both said the same thing.
Wow.
So then I was in a hotel. That's how I ended up in the hotel. Because remember, you said I'm so glad that you said I could be with, you could stay with Panay or Sheridan. That takes some pressure off me for right now. Remember, you told me that.
I did say that.
Yeah, yep. But I never said what they said because it was just so mean and nasty, so ugly to me. And so I just said, okay. So I just said, well, I'll just be in a hotel. It's not going to be that long. And then when Sheridan said that, I said, well, it's so funny that they both said the same thing. But then you turn around, Panay, and want me to tell you what's going on with my husband. You don't like him. You said he was not welcome at your house. So why would I sit down and tell you anything about what's going on? And she told Sheridan, your mother's being mean to me. How am I being mean? Yes. How am I being mean? I left some stuff at Panay's. I asked Sheridan to go over there and get it. Well, no, Mommy, I'm not going over there because I don't want to get in the middle of it. And Panay told her if I wanted it to come and get it. No, that's okay. You can have it. I don't need it. I have someone else that's way better than you doing my hair now anyway.
Ooh.
So,
wow.
Yeah, so that's what's been going on. That's the little petty, mess that's been going on, the hater mess. I'm saying this woman wants my life. She wants my life, and she wants my life. It's something going on. She wants you something. She's trying to get Sheridan, and I think Sheridan's over. I think Sheridan's gone. I have to treat her now like an enemy because I'm your mother, and no matter what.
That's true.
How you gonna?
That's true.
Yeah, how you gonna pick someone else over me? That's crazy. Even if we do have our situations, you don't go with no one else over me. And she went down there and she told me last week when we were going at it about this rent, I don't care about anybody but me and my kids. And that's what that meant. I figured everything out now. That's what that meant. She doesn't care about anybody but her and her kids. And she and Panay, Panay's gonna let her do her nail polish and lipstick, put that in her salon and all of that stuff. So you all go ahead and do all of that together because somebody almost hit somebody. I'm not having any parts of it. I'm done. The Lord has revealed to me. Those are your enemies. They are not your friends. They are not your friends.
Not your daughter being an enemy.
But because, really. It's like you're going through what you're going through and then I'm going through this mess, So,
wow.
Yeah, it's really, it's really something.
Exactly.
And I'm cool because I know in my heart I have not done anything but try to help them. That's
true.
all.
It's true.
Sheridan, I've taken care of you. You tried to destroy me every single way you could. You tried to destroy me. Now you got a restraining order out on my husband. Mm-hmm. So that ain't just for him. That's for me too. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and then, everything that she tried to do, and that's why she was laying so low and not talking and all that, because she didn't know what we knew. She still doesn't know.
Right.
She knows that Tasha knows she went and talked to the police, but she doesn't know what I know, because I told her I wanted to talk to her, and she was like, well, what do you need to talk to me about, and all of that, and, just on and on. So she knows, but I haven't talked to her yet. I went ahead and paid her rent, but I'm going to have a conversation with her when you get out. Because I want the facts. I want to know. Exactly what she said to them.
Okay, well, there ain't no problem. It's on the police report. So that's
no, I know, but I'm saying I want her to know that I know what I'm talking about, so she could stop lying. Yeah, that's.
And
what
you
I'm
need him there
about.
for that.
So she could stop so much of this lying. But she got somebody like Panay encouraging her, and all of this stuff. And a website that Panay got for me for my candles, she went and bought that website, so I can't even use that anymore. She went and bought it. It's unavailable now all of a sudden. All of a sudden. Yeah, all of a sudden now, but it's okay. It's okay.
Wow.
I don't even need any of that. Yeah, I don't even need any of that. It's okay.
No, you don't.
But yeah, this is what she's doing. This is what she's been doing. This is what she's been doing, saying I'm being mean to her. And Sheridan called all around. She called Miles. She called his mama. She called. I think she called Joe. She called Marlon. Everybody. And to Sherry, Miles' mom's credit. My girlfriend in New York.
Yeah, she just had
She called me two days in a row. After this all came out. she just said, Shirley, I'm just checking on you. She never said, and she never mentioned your name. She never said what was going on. She never said anything. She just said, I'm just checking on you. Are you okay? And I said, yes, Sherry, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. And she called me again. And she called me again, and she asked me, you know, the same thing. And that's when I know. I said, okay. She called her too. So they're just in their little circle, you know, talking about me and figuring out what I'm doing and trying to, you know, blah, 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 all of that stuff. That's all. That's what they've been doing.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
But they ain't got nothing going on.
But there's nothing right. But, you know, it's like, I believe now that you all want to try to take me down, but that's not going to happen. But I'm just saying, I believe now that they want something bad to happen, or they're happy, you know, because I used to know when Panay was going through it, it's almost like she felt like, well, why am I not going through stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why is your life so great? You know, I felt like that. She never said anything, but I just always felt that from her, you know, and it probably made me feel guilty a little bit and to want to help her more or something. You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
well,
yeah.
Whatever your decision is, I'm with whatever your, to the bad, to the good. I always told you that. I might not like it, but I always went with it.
Oh, no, I know. You didn't want me to be friends with her again, and I was. I just forgave her and said, you know, life is short, let's go. But, you know, she's mad at me because I didn't tell her my business. You ain't supposed to be in my marriage anyway. Sheridan either. Why are y'all in my marriage? You know, why are you in my marriage? Just deal with me.
Right.
I never asked you one time, could he come over there? Well, he is not welcome. I've never said, I took care of you and your son. I never said, you're not welcome. I never said that.
But she was in our house begging. That's
She said I'm being mean to her. How old is Shirley accused? She sounds like a child. Exactly. Lord help this woman.
Well, Debbie
thank
has
you so
her
much
on
for the
tape
super chat.
following you around that house. when you were saying, well, I'm trying to get away from her. Thank you. Excuse me. When you were saying you were trying to get away from her, Debbie has you on tape, her on tape following you around.
Golly.
It's like these women are just really jealous. They're jealous and they're haters. Even my own child, she can't see it. She cannot see it.
No, she can't see it. She
can't see it.
Wow.
Yeah, but she can't see it. She's you know, upset with me. It's like, man.
But it's like she always been upset with you, and I never could understand why though.
But it's not just because you coming into my life, because she was like that before. She was lying. You know, she had the baby before.
Right.
I mean, while I was married to you. But
I forgave her for all that. I don't understand why she just won't grow up and she know how Panay is. She know how this. I don't understand. I can't even. She got best of both worlds. She got a stepdad that would do anything for her, go all the way out the back, and the kid got a mama who can make her love her to death. I'm confused. I'm really confused.
If that girl really felt like she had that in her stepdad, she wouldn't have went down there and said or did anything. She wouldn't even went that way. So obviously she does not feel protected as you want her to believe.
Yeah, because I'm not confused. I said I'm not confused at all. I'm really not. I'm not. One thing I'm not is confused about what's happening. What's happening? I may have been, you know, love her too much or trusting her too much, but I'm definitely not confused.
Were you confused about your husband at this time?
It's just wrong. I haven't done anything to them but try to help them. But, you know, haters don't need a reason to hate.
Haters don't need a reason to hate. This is what she says about her daughter, okay? Haters shouldn't call the girl a hater. Got some other stuff going on. I can't remember if he labeled her as bipolar in this call or the last one. But, yeah, she got a whole lot to say. The last thing I want to get to is her truck, though. Let's get to the truck real quick so she can give y'all the details about how that ended up happening for her, or not happening for her, how she ain't got that truck no more, child. Let me go and get that one up. Waiting for it to kind of load here. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and okay, there we go. I think we're good to go. All right, there we go. Let's get into this one.
How's your day going?
Well, it was going okay. The police picked up my truck today.
What truck?
What do you mean, what
You
truck?
talking about your white truck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
They
What
said
you
it's
mean? Why
being
would they
used
do
in the
that? Girl, this
investigation.
man is a mess.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they came to the salon where I was, and they waited outside for me. When I got ready to go, they blocked me in, and it was a tow truck there, a flatbed, and they put the truck on the flatbed.
What?
And they offered me a ride home, and I told them no, of course not. And thank God the lady that does my hair brought me home.
What kind of shit is that?
Well, that's what they said. They said, I asked them, do they have any proof? I said, what are you guys doing? Why are you taking my truck? Because it's being used in an investigation. Do you have any proof? What are you talking about? Yes, we have proof. I mean, no, we don't have proof. We have probable cause. And that can lead to proof. Sheridan came. Your daughter Sheridan came in. I mean, they didn't say that right away. I'm just trying to tell you all the stuff. It's out of order. They said that, there are a lot of papers with my name on them. My signature probably has been forged.
That's why Erica in jail, girl. That's what it's giving.
I'm confused. What you
saying? Oh, come on, honey. Come on.
No.
She know he full of shit.
I'm trying to understand. Where were you at?
I told you I was at the beauty shop, and the beauty shop is in Roswell. It's in Roswell, the same one I've been going to.
What?
And
Yeah, are y'all hearing this man? He's trying to figure out a way to distance himself from what she got going on, but at the same time, still trying to make her think he's oblivious to everything. Like, what? Huh? Like, just like she said, this was a dead giveaway. I was at the beauty salon, the same one I always go to. Like, why'd you, and you even hear her say, like, come on, honey. Like, now you over here on the phone trying to play stupid. Well, you should know, Shirley, he in jail, so he know all the calls is tapped. So he doesn't want to seem like he's affiliated, associated, or anything, because when it comes to the forgery charges and stuff, they gonna try and put that off on Erica. As we already ran through her record, and I showed y'all where she got all them charges and stuff, right? So his attorney, them, from what it looks like, they're gonna try to put that off on that lady. But this right here is some foolery, girl.
The same officer that arrested you was there, Officer Fields, the little white lady.
That's what it is. Wow. How did they know where your beauty salon was?
I guess they've been following me. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they said they were going to come and get it from over here, but it just, my car came up on the radar, the license plate, that it was in Roswell.
Girl, anytime someone says, wow, that'd be the times they are fake surprise. He's a
So,
fraud and she's a plum fool.
And I said, well, what are you
giving, I'm the strawberry
What
letter.
does my truck have to do with this?
Thank you for the super
chat. They said
chat.
it's for the victims. They needed to pay back the victims, some of the victims. And whoever this...
Ain't no, they're lying.
Well, I'm just telling you what they told me, honey. I don't... I assume that, this woman is setting you up or set you up or whatever, but I assume that.
Wow.
So that's all I can tell you is what happened to me today.
That has been rumored.
I don't have a car to drive.
But the one on the call.
Oh, and they said they're going to get
that's the one in Florida. They say named Sonya.
What are you talking about?
Why do you say, when I tell you something, why do you say that? Because I'm just telling you what they told me.
Stupid,
they said they're going to come and get it. I got it from Danielle Diamonds, and the $20,000 that she put on that, they're going to get the ring, too.
Stop talking on the phone. Stop talking on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, just stop talking about that, because all this bullshit.
That's what they told me.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
But it wasn't a great day for me either,
That was a bad day. Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, they let me get my stuff out. I don't know. I just really think they're just trying to keep this investigation open in hopes that they'll find something, to keep you or something. It's like they don't have anything. They don't have anything. I know they don't.
I'm so sorry that happened to you today.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, you know, it's just okay. There ain't nothing we can do about it. You know, apparently they're really after you. They think you're some sort of big, I don't know. I don't know. They, you know.
I understand.
Yeah, they're just really trying to stick it to you. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Oh, and they mentioned the Bentley. They said something, I can't remember exactly what they said about the Bentley. They mentioned the Bentley, that was part of the investigation, my truck, because they're trying to confiscate all your assets, I guess. So they said, we're trying to pay the victims. We're trying to pay the victims.
It ain't no victim. What it is, they're trying to hold on to your stuff. And first of all, I'm not going to talk on the phone because they listening to everything you say. So
yeah.
I'm not trying to do that, and I know what it is. So I'm not finna get all in. I'm not going to talk on the phone.
Yeah. Okay.
This is clown over here, honey.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that happened.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. You know. It's okay.
Boy, look at here. Wow. Wow,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it just hurts my heart that they think you're some sort of monster. You don't know who he is. You don't know
either.
who he is.
What?
Yeah.
What's up,
Just
man?
like they keep adding charges and adding charges.
Because I know somebody who be visiting Tampa.
The longer you're in there, the more charges they add.
Right. Well, they have to do that to keep me. They add and take off, add and take off, add and take off.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing. And then when they get in the courtroom, it gets so confusing. Wow. Damn. I can imagine how that was with all the folks around you like that. Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, I just faced it head on. It's, it's like nothing I could do.
What a day today for you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then I thought this was going to be the last one I played, but actually I'm going to play this the last one where he wants money on his commissary or something like that. And she's like, that ain't how that work. This is a really short one here. Should be a really short one. So let me just go ahead and pull that one up real quick. All right.
Okay, say like
60 seconds. You have 1 minute remaining.
So you didn't put it in there yet?
Put what in there yet?
You got to put the money on the books, on the phone.
No, she has to ask me. You have to talk this out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You have to talk this out.
Okay.
I didn't either. Yeah. So
okay.
You have to talk this out, call back, and call back. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. What y'all eat for breakfast over there?
I'm drinking some tea, and I ate some little, like tea cookies, and Debbie's eating some chicken and rice.
Oh, chicken and rice this time of night? This time of morning?
You eat eggs at night.
You know what? That's true. Thank you. You're sure right. I sure miss them pancakes too.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
All right. So that's how quick that phone call was. So obviously what it was given to me is she ain't been putting no money on the books. Obviously he called. That's why he got that free little 60-minute phone call. I mean, that 60-second phone call. And he was able to squeeze in what he wanted. She's like, you don't just get to call me whenever you want. Think you finna get a coin up out of me, baby. That's not how this go. Hello? You need to put in on this, okay? Ask me how my day going. Ask me how I'm doing and shit. Because clearly when you get on the phone with the mistress, honey, he lights up. But when he on the phone with Shirley, child, he ain't too much studying a whole lot of what she's talking about. He just want to be messy. See what's going on in everybody else's life. See what she may know on the outside. There was another call, too, where I believe his brother or somebody out in what was that? His brother or someone was out in, I'm not sure where they were, but he was basically saying how the mistress pretty much told, it sounded like the mistress, I don't know where he is with the mistress right now, but it seems like the brother was saying that his mistress may have called Shirley and told her everything about, I guess, what was going on. Right. So that's probably, that might have something to do with as to why Shirley just kind of like eased back up off him and stuff. She started to learn more things. And that's probably when she was like, I need to start distancing myself from this man, like for real, because it seems like she was willing to ride even when he had those CP charges, RAPE charges, all of that. She was gonna ride, but maybe she changed her tune once she heard from whatever lady, because on the calls it seems like they refer him and his brother or him and his friend, whoever, refers to the mistress as old girl. That's how they talk, like old girl done call called out there to California and told her everything. So I feel like they were talking about old girl called his wife and told her all of the tea. Okay, that's what that was giving. And then here's the sad part. There's another call that was dropped, and y'all can go over to phone calls from prison on YouTube. And I believe it's the latest video. And Ernest is talking to Sonia, which is the side chick, the mistress or whatever. And this lady actually calls, from my understanding, his son. Talks with his son on three-way briefly. Then also when Ernest was on the phone with Shirley, Shirley calls and beeps in the brother so that he could talk to Ernest. But come to find out during a later call with the mistress that when Shirley called the brother to three-way him in, he was on the phone with the mistress at that time talking to her. And what's killing me is the fact that the whole family appears to know about said mistress but Shirley. Girl, ain't family fake as hell? They'll sit in your face, act like everything is all good and stuff like that, knowing the whole time this man about out here cheating on you. So if they could slide that past, I wouldn't be surprised if she, really did not know about everything that was happening with this man. So she probably wasn't privy to it. Hell, she didn't even know when he got arrested, as we heard her say. She didn't know. But my problem is more so when you found out, but even bigger than that, because, some people gonna ride. They in their denial phase. They don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? When a person gets arrested, cool. My biggest gripe with her is how she handled her daughter. When said charges came out, daughter put a restraining order out on this man and other things. Let me see something else, because I keep saying I was gonna go, but then I'd be like, hold on, I kind of want to play this. Let me see if I have that. Is this it? Because that was just the only thing where the daughter kind of talked about. Okay, yeah. I'm going to play a little bit of this one. And this is where the daughter tells her that she got a restraining order on this man. And Shirley did already tell him, but I guess he just couldn't recall. He couldn't remember or whatever. But here it is. He think he got a bond, but you couldn't have had a bond because he's still in there. Because he told another friend that his attorney told him, don't worry about the $800,000 bond that you have because there was a private donor that decided to pay that money. Yet you're still locked up. So I don't know if the lawyer was lying to you or if you was lying to other people, but you still locked up.
Hello?
Hi, hon.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So I just left the court room. So they did give me a bond. I just have to see what the total is.
Okay, we gave you a bond.
Yeah, they gave me a bond. I don't know the total. I have to wait till the Fulton County put it up. And I definitely can't talk on the telephone because the DA said I was going to run and move out the state, knowing damn well I didn't say it like that. So I can't trust no fucking body on these phones at all.
So, what does this mean, though? When are you getting out? Did they say, or?
No, I gotta wait till I see what the charges add up to, the amount, and then I gotta wait till I talk to BC because they say I gotta turn a passport in, which they stole my passport, so I don't have that shit. So I gotta get a consent form from the passport people, let them know that I got to turn into my lawyer. I got to do that, and they put me on the leg monitor. And they said I can't go back to Fulton County till this is all the way resolved. And I can't to talk or be around Sheridan, period.
Okay, because she has a restraining order.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a restraining order.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah, I thought I told you that.
No, you didn't tell me that.
I thought I did. I'm sorry. I meant to.
No, I didn't know nothing about all that. That ain't what them folks said. Nothing about no restraining order. Them folks said that something different, way different.
Well, chances are, if she's labeled as a victim or her kids in any fashion, then even without a restraining order, they still would say that you can't be around her. Period.
Yeah, way different. So.
Yeah, it's a restraining order.
Yeah, that ain't what that warrant say though. That's not what that warrant said. It ain't said nothing about no restraining order. Period. So somebody lying. I'm saying that right now on that.
This man don't even know how to fucking talk, and y'all mean to tell me y'all let him scam y'all out of millions? Girl, he can't even pronounce words accurately, but he was supposed to change your brand, your following, your social media, and everything.
The warrant, it don't say none of that. That's not what they read out to me.
Well, but that's what I got that from the lawyer from D.C.
Oh, I don't know when he told you that. When he told you that today?
No, I haven't talked to him. He told me that. Remember the first time? Remember when I told you about Shirley?
No, that ain't about that. No, that ain't. That's. I'm not gonna go in detail. I just got.
Okay.
I can't talk on the phone no more. Yeah,
okay.
I find a lot out of the days that I can't talk on the phone about this case shit, none of that. I'm done with that shit. I can't even really talk, to be honest with you. But anyway, so I can't live in Fulton County, so I'll be probably going to call.
Don't come up, baby.
I got to give an address when I leave here, so that's not a problem. And that, and I got to have a leg monitor.
Okay. So how long do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Whenever it's over with. Yeah, I got to sit here and process all this right now. That was so fast and a lot. I just saw all that in so fast.
Well, hold on a minute. Let's thank God that you got a bond. Thank you, Lord.
Yes, thank you, Lord. I so thank you.
And it's coming out. It's coming off soon. You're coming out soon.
And I'm coming out soon.
But when will you know about the bond?
I got 2 cases was indicted, so that means that they say they saw probable cause, so I have to go to court on that on the 23rd. That's on a Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so far, I do have a bond. I'm
you
satisfied.
Go to Henry.
You're grateful for that.
Yes, I am definitely grateful for that. But it's hard to sit there and listen to people sit here and lie on you. It's hard to sit here and listen to that.
Yeah.
No, it's hard to listen to that. You can't defend yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's where you have an attorney. What did he say?
No, I can't talk about on the phone. He did his job. I mean, he did his job. It just can't. Just questions that you want to know. We can't talk freely at all. When that DA said I was gonna move out the state, I didn't say that. I said when I get done with all this process I got going on. That's what I said. So I can't talk because they got you on mute.
Okay.
So it is what it is. It is what it is. I do have a bond. I just got to sit until that process is over with. But you're right, though. They tried to destroy me. You're right about that part.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's okay. I got what I asked for. Like I said, it is a God. I do believe in God. But I just got to be careful. Whoever and whatever I talk to on this telephone, period. That they would take what you say and run away with it. That's what I know for sure.
Wow. I'm just, I'm happy that you got a bond, that you're getting a bond. I'm happy about that. I really am. I'm grateful and thankful.
Well, this is the killer. This is the hurtful part. DA said everybody I deal with, they're afraid of me. They're terrified of me. That shit really fucked me up when he said that.
Everybody like who?
Anything going on with the case. They just build
what?
it. Yes, the society is afraid of me. That's basically what he's saying. Yeah. That shit crazy. That shit fucked my brain up then when he said that. That's what he said. So
Well, I mean,
that's their job. That's what their job is. That's what their job is.
Some kind of monster. That's so not true.
But
wow.
Guess what? It is what it is. Yeah.
Wow.
It is what it is.
Wow. Was the arresting officer there?
No. This ain't that type of hearing. This is just a bond hearing. Because I've been over 90 days. And BC said, hey, I ain't seen no evidence. So he's trying to make us something that they trying to do. So I can't do all that. All I'm doing is just keep my motherfucking mouth shut. I cannot talk on this phone like that.
Okay.
That's all. So I'm grateful I got a bond. I just got to do the right thing on the bond and come on back and resolve this and move on with the life. That's all I can do.
That's all you can do. You're right. Keep believing and trusting in God.
Well, keep believing and trusting. Okay? Keep believing and trusting, ma'am, sir. Again, I mean, he has a ton of charges. Okay. This man has a ton of charges. I've already pretty much showed y'all this long, extensive list of everything this man has with these charges and stuff. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they did put some charges on him. They dismissed him. They did the same thing with Erica King, labeled some charges on her, dismissed them, but they ended up coming back and putting those charges right back. So I don't know. We know how legal works. We know sometimes, you know, me just sitting in courtrooms just watching stuff, I'd be like, okay, y'all prosecutors be putting 20 on 10, bitch. Like, y'all really do. Like, they be trying to, like, they overhype situations that aren't even that big. So I do know that there is a possibility that some of these charges are too much. However, I do believe that crimes were committed. Okay? Out of this long, extensive list, baby, I do believe that you may have done some of the things that they said that you did. Period. Okay? What exactly those are, I'm not sure. All right. But that's just where we at with that. Okay. I feel like when they want to get you and they got you and they want to keep you, they are going to stack them up. They're going to stack up the charges so high because for each charge, you're going to have a bond for that. Right. And then with that, they're going to, you know, work with the judge. Not really work with the judge, but they're going to, you know, plead their case in front of the judge to try and make your, to see if they could get the highest bond for you as possible. And then, of course, your people going to try and say something low. And then depending on the situation, the judge may try and meet them in the middle. Or, you know, they may honor, you know, what the prosecutors are saying. But at the end of the day, I feel like you may have done some of that stuff. I do. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I just feel that way. Thank you so much, T. McFlan, for the super chat. Just wanted to send some love. I really enjoy the way you lay out these stories, Jamie. Thank you so much. It's like we're watching the news. Thank you. Please keep up the great work. Congratulations to you and your growing family. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, y'all. So I do kind of feel like he did some of the shit they said he did. Maybe not everything. Maybe like, cause like one of the charges here says financial transactions fraud, right? They put 3 of those charges on him. Okay, that's where it seems like it's a ton of charges, but I do feel like you probably did do that. Okay, theft by deception, 3 charges in total. You did at least 1. I hate to say it. Conspiracy to commit a felony. Girl, they got a lot of them. 3, 4 of them. You did at least 1. I just feel like they stacked it so that it'll be harder for you to get out. You know what I'm saying? But when I listen to that call, if y'all get a chance, I forgot the name. I think, is it Bio University on YouTube? Y'all can check out the court hearing if you didn't get to hear it, because it seems like the prosecutors had their shit in order. Okay, and it was more than one of them on the call. They had their stuff in order. His attorney was the one that didn't have his shit in order, you know, and it was just a mess. Okay, it was just a mess, and the prosecutor definitely disappointed me. I'm not the prosecutor, but the defense attorney, whoever his attorney is, like, he just disappointed me. Like, this person done paid you all this money, regardless of the crime or whatever. Do your fucking job, sir. Do your job. because it definitely was given he's just another number and I'm gonna get paid anyway. A win is a win. Thank you so much, Fanny D, for the super chat. I appreciate it. But that's all I got at this time, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and run. We were on here for almost 3 hours. We had about maybe 1,600 people at most in the chat, so thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for getting those likes up as we were getting close to 1,000 likes on the video. I really appreciate all of it. I am going to work on, hopefully we'll see where the energy is at. Okay, we'll see where the energy is at, and I'm hoping to be able to come to you guys later with a review on Real Housewives of Atlanta. If I don't, then y'all know it'll be coming tomorrow, and I'm going to try to do that live. We gonna see. Okay, hopefully I can do it live for you guys, but it'll definitely be coming. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. That's all that I have at this time. Yeah, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.